Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know what it is. You know what it is. It is Friday. It's Friday. I said it's Friday. I said it's Friday. How these 5 days be getting to Friday? How do these 5 days be getting to Friday? How do these 5 days be getting to Friday? How do these 5 days be getting to Friday? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days be getting to Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days be getting to Friday. Hey, it's 1 minute past the 9 o'clock hour. 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. It is 7:01 Pacific Standard Time. It is 10:01 Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, America. We made it through another week. We made it through another week, and we're still here. We love y'all. I hope you're all doing well. Shout out to the rest of the world, right? Because we're wide open. We're not kind of open. We're wide open.
That's right.
So good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And indeed, good late night, good early morning to the rest of the world. We're so grateful that you're here. Roll call. You already know what it is. Check in. No matter where you're from, check in. I might not even be able to say your city because the scroll goes too fast, but at least check in anyway. Like, don't even make it a thing. Just make it come in, okay? Malaysia, I love you. So grateful you're here. Bloomington, Minnesota, so grateful you're here. Corpitos, Texas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Grand Rising fam. Hello, Malaysia. Yadaline says hi. I love you, Yadaline. We love Yadaline. We love Yadaline's name, and you know what I mean. Dominica Republica, Latham, New York, Hobbs, New Mexico, Covington, Georgia, Uganda. Wow. Venice Heights, Cala. I guess that's short for Ocala, but Cala, Florida, Pineville, Louisiana, Southbridge, Massachusetts, Cape Town, South Africa. We love you. We love you. Miami, Florida, Yucaipa, Greenville, Texas, Jamaica, Cartersville, Georgia, La Marque, Texas.
Man, that goes so fast.
It does.
My eyeballs.
Marana, Arizona, Topeka, Kansas, Colorado Springs, Miami, Cabo Rojo, Dominica República, Williamsburg, Iowa, Nova Soda, Lino Lakes, Fontana, California. Wow. I used to date somebody in Fontana. Novi, Michigan, Uganda, Meriden, Connecticut, Ventura, California, East Orange, New Jersey, Melrose Park, Illinois, Houma, Louisiana. Never heard of it. Columbia, Kingman, Inwood, Barstow. What's up, Barstow? That's your cousin, Nani Guerrero. It's your cousin, Hector. Scottsdale, Hawaii, Birmingham, Edinburgh, Cape Town, South Africa, Bullhead City, Orlando, Florida, Saddlebrook, New Jersey, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Sacramento, California, Anchorage, Alaska, Justin, Texas, right up the street, Pensacola, Florida, Warsaw, Poland. What's poppin'? I wish y'all could put gifts here too, but it would go crazy. It would be nuclear. Dallas, Texas, Chicago, Discord got the best gift game in the world. Greenville, South Carolina, Denton, Apopka, Wilmington, North Carolina, Brooklyn, New York, New Haven, Connecticut. Yeah, we are kind of everywhere. Riverbank, California. Houma, got it. Houma. Coon Rapids, Minnesota. I think my ancestors just twitched at that. Coon Rapids? Nah, fam. I don't know what that means.
Chris Durso's in the chat.
I love you, Chris. I love you, Jairus. Those are my people right there.
Aww.
Hey, them Dursos is my people. Please don't ever say nothing bad about my Dursos. I'll probably cut. Because if you say something bad, you probably up close. So you might get cut. Might be close enough to get cut.
I'll help you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need a little distance to shoot.
Julie said I'll help you.
You know what I mean?
I'll bring my nail clippers.
I promise, like, I won't bleed you out, but it'll be, It'll be one of those good nicks that just lets you bloodlet.
Suffering.
They're not suffering. Just like it bleeds a lot, but and you panic because you're like, I'm about to die.
Yep.
And then the paramedics is like, no, nah, bro. He just cut you in a place that
Yep.
bloodlets. Like a lot of blood will come out.
And you
But you're not gonna die.
And you stuff their mouth with a sponge with bad wine.
Yeah. And then they're like,
Oh.
and then they're like, do you want to press charges? And they're like, no. And then do you know what the suspect looks like? No, I don't remember anything. Of course you don't. Because bro said he'll come back and kill you. Okay, so that's all I'm trying to say.
Chris is
I'm
like, I
sorry.
don't know nothing.
I don't know.
Temecula, California. Ooh. Who's bleeding out? Who's bleeding out? I don't know who's bleeding out.
We don't know nothing.
We don't know nothing.
Abby.
Abby, I love you, Abby! Abby is mi hermano.
Hermana.
Mi hermana de otra papi.
Sí. Sí. Uh-huh.
She is. That's my sister from another mister.
Love Abby.
I love Abby. Mi hermana por siempre.
I wish we could see her every day.
I want her here now.
Same.
Pull up.
Abby.
Abby, come just for fun.
Abby, come just for fun. Southern California, what's up? Yeah, this beat is nasty, Phoebe. I agree with you. Woo. Yo te amo más. You don't love me more, Abby. Let's have a dance off.
Do it.
Let's have a dance off to prove it then, Abby. Since you over here talking about who love people more.
And get it live on.
You don't know me like that. You know how deep my love is. You know what I'm saying? You got a swimming pool worth of love. I got an ocean.
That's right. He's got that in him.
You know what I'm saying? That's right.
Yeah.
Dad is there.
Yeah.
Where do you think Dad
Yeah.
came from?
Love
Dad
you,
came from the ocean.
Love you.
What's up, Dallas, Texas? How you know? Because I know. Come over and find out. Dance contest in the driveway. In the rain.
We need to record this. In the rain.
In the rain.
In the rain. Absolutely.
song.
Kick
Step
it.
up.
Slow motion for the water.
Like flash dance. Well, no, not really.
Usher.
Usher, there we go. Yeah.
Chris Brown.
Wow.
Yo, Thandeka said, Uncle Timmy, please make plans to come to South Africa. You don't know how many people I got in the basement. Yo, I'll do it.
Come on now.
Hey, I can't wait until God blesses us where we can move like that.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So we could just pull up to where dwellers are. Like again, like not on some like we got to sell out 1,000-person venue. It's like we love you. God's blessed us. We're coming.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just pull up to South Africa
Sir.
and just be like, let's get some dwellers up in here. We gonna get as many South Africans vulnerable as possible. Like that would be great.
Made it to Friday.
We made it to Friday.
Yeah. I'll come back to. I've been to Malaysia before, Daphne. I'll come back. Got my VIP ticket to the Raleigh Improv. Yay! Let's go, Julie. Hey, so thank y'all so much. We got Raleigh, North Carolina coming up.
Huntsville.
We got Huntsville, Alabama coming up. We got
Arizona.
Tempe, Arizona coming up. It's like in May and June, right? So y'all get your tickets. All the links are on here. So like buy these tickets.
Yep.
Do it.
Do it. Well, I don't live in Tempe. I'm like 90 minutes out. Drive. Shut the hell up. Drive. Stop making excuses. Drive. The tariffs ain't that bad. Gas. Maybe the tariffs are that bad. Stay home. I don't know. I'm just trying to cover everybody. I'm just trying to cover it.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
Haley Ross, I will come to Florida. You're my cousin. If you got my last name, you're my cousin. I don't care how you got there. I don't care if you on the white side. I don't care if you on the black side. You my cousin. Yeah, me and Jamie Kilstein about to go out here and try to make some people laugh and stuff. Happy birthday to my wife, Maggie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maggie. Happy birthday Feliz cumpleaños.
Hey.
Feliz cumple. Feliz cumple. Feliz cumple. Feliz cumple. Feliz cumple. Feliz cumple. Thank you, Melissa. We are grateful for you. You trying to be grateful for us? We grateful for you. Dance battle. Why is everything aggressive? So you grateful for me now?
Starts raining.
Hey, well, you know that's crazy when somebody's just making aggression out of like even like positive stuff.
Right.
I'm so grateful for you. Oh, nigga, too, you grateful for me?
Yep. You just love hard.
So you think you grateful for me then? You know what I'm saying? Well, how about this? How about I show you how grateful I am for you? What? Like, just start buying their groceries, but like throwing all the groceries and I'm grateful for you. Oh, you want this bread, nigga? Oh, I'm grateful for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
Hey, I was watching. I was showing my best friend one of our episodes, and it was actually the one with Ina,
Yeah.
and we were showing the episode, and my friend's like, people just call in, and like this person's in her car, like she took off work and she's sitting in her car and she's talking to you. People do this. I was like, yeah, we're normalizing vulnerability. And he's like, but she's letting people see her face and like she's putting her business in the street. I was like, she ain't really putting it in the street. She's bringing it to the town square, and there's safety here. But anybody could see it. Yeah, anybody could, but like this is the safe space we've curated. And so, but I'm watching it, right? And I'm you know, when you're doing it, you're not really, you're in the moment, right? And I'm looking at me, and I'm looking at her.
Wow.
Right? I'm looking at me with these braids, and on my couch in my house, and she's in her car. Asian woman, 30 years old. And I just love all the stereotypes we break every single day sitting here. You go through all of our calls, you could never say, this is a black show. You could never say
Amen.
that Tim only reaches
Right.
black people.
Right.
You could never say that, oh, that's for only hood people, because Tim's kind of hood. And you hear the way he talks, like only some uncouth people listen to him. Nah. Maybe we supposed to be breaking all these stereotypes.
Come on now.
I'm just over here like, yo, it's so dope to me. Like, it's just so dope to me. This is a everybody podcast.
Which is rare.
This is a whoever podcast, because we again, if you're gonna be fully seen, fully heard, fully known, fully loved, but you only like, I only fool with these kind of people, and I don't hold space for these kind of people. Man, come on, man. And here's the thing, again, we don't always have to agree with each other, but we still show up for each other.
Yep.
Like, that's beautiful. That's tension. Like, that's real community.
Yeah.
If community is like, we all agree and we never argue and we never see, we never have opposing views, or we never have a different perspective, that's not community as much as it is groupthink.
Oof, come on.
And groupthink is boring.
Come on.
Like, everybody likes Five Guys.
It's giving cult.
Everybody wants a Fresca.
Love Fresco.
Don't nobody just want regular water. Everybody wants sparkling water. Everybody reads the ESV. Nobody wants to read the NIV. Like, nobody is NLT. Y'all are all new King James. Like, no, there's nothing different. Y'all all wear big bell-bottom pants. Y'all all like matcha tea? All of y'all? All of y'all like matcha tea?
Grass latte.
It is grass latte.
The grass latte.
Moo. You pulling up demos?
Just look, dude, look at the United States number. It has gone down significantly, meaning we are
South Africa, Canada,
Yeah.
United Kingdom, Kenya. That's pretty dope.
I mean, look.
Yeah. And on instant TikTok,
Australia.
it's the same.
And again, remember, for us, every number has a name, right?
Yeah.
So 1,086 people, that's a lot of people, y'all.
A lot.
Are you kidding us?
Look, home, Ghana.
Ghana, 374 people.
Japan, dude.
And see, people would be like, oh, we're less than 1%. Like, let's not do. That's 374 people in Ghana watching. Why is that not exciting to anybody? Why would 120 people watching our content for 27 minutes and 44 seconds, why would that not get you excited? That's one of the things. I was on a pod last night. I called him M because his name Maquinda.
Yeah.
I was not about to try to, in the heart of being vulnerable and passionate, butcher his name, and he the host. So I was like, me and M, Maquinda,
Yes.
right? So I'm on Maquinda's podcast last night, and we talked about motives and the motive of your heart. If you, 11 people in Turks and Caicos, right? I caught their attention for 59 seconds, but at least I caught their attention.
Yeah.
Like if you down there and it's like,
There's Daphne.
that's not Daphne. Daphne is not 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
No,
right?
no.
But like that on average, right? If they average it out. My thing is Spain, I got somebody to pay attention. I got 19 people to pay attention in Spain for 59 seconds. Like that to me is, it has to be your motive. Okay. This is what we talked. This is one of the things we talked about last night. When we started Basement,
Right.
I mean, we was riding a wave,
Yep.
a 7 foot, 8 foot wave, right? Everybody wanted to be on. There was a lot of buzz, blah, 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 blah. That's July 6th when we first started in 22 through to about February 23. February 23, I call our Lord and Savior a stripper. And all of a sudden, I'm a false prophet.
Yep.
Then it's like, oh my God, what is Tim out here doing? Oh, I don't know. That guy's weird. I can't believe God, my Lord and Savior. My Lord and Savior will never be on a stripper. I'm like, so you want him to put his clothes back on? And not get on that cross? Because that's, if you have full context of what I'm saying, that's what you're saying. So then controversy, right? Then I use strong language because I use strong language. Right? Not all the time. I'm not Dave Chappelling my sets. I'm not on my show bleep, bleep, bleeping every other word. I'm not Kevin Hart bleep, bleep, bleeping every other word. But when I'm passionate about something and it makes me angry, that's usually when, boom, I use some spicy language. Western culture can't handle spicy language. If I'm in the UK all day, I'm fine. If I'm in Australia, I'm fine. If I'm in Singapore, I'm fine. If I'm in Malaysia, I'm fine. But US, whatever, great. If you don't have any stamps in your passport, then you don't know. Then you're kind of limited, right? I'm not just some thug dude talking out the side of my neck. And then so, okay, boom. And then we started a tech company and move our content over. Then we're not on YouTube, and then we come back and da-da-da. So motive, right? It's easy to do what the Lord called you to do when all the metrics are up and to the right. And you got thousands of views on every episode and this, that, and the third, and the blah, 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 blah. We go in the direction we feel like the Lord calls us to go, and then we got to come back. Not like without the Lord, but like we went that way, and then it's clear we need to come back this way. And then the Lord tells us to start a daily show on top of the weekly show that we're doing. None of those numbers are popping like they were back then. But what's the motive? Did he tell us to stop? Do we only want to do it because the numbers are popping and everybody wants to share and like and subscribe and bleep, blah, bloop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop? Our subscription numbers haven't gone up the way they were skyrocketing we went from like 0 to 300,000 in 2 years, and now been around 350s for a long time. Mm-hmm. It ain't like we like, oh, now we got 700,000 subscribers on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And if it never gets to 354, will it matter if we're doing what the Lord told us to do?
That's good.
Like your motives have to, your motives will always be checked when no one's no longer checking. I felt that thing. Your numbers, your motives will always be checked when people are no longer checking. That's when you find out, am I doing this for me? Or am I doing this for him?
Yep.
Am I really getting up in the morning because I believe this is what he called me to do? Or am I getting up in the morning because I know I'm going to be seen? Because I know I'm going to go viral. Because I know people are into what I'm talking about. Man, you got to do this. John was a voice crying in the wilderness. Let's not forget. John had 35 followers on Instagram. He had 8 on TikTok. And he probably had a Facebook friendship of about 39. John was a voice crying in the wilderness. He wasn't in the city. He's out in the middle of nowhere, making disciples before his cousin Yeshua rose up. So, like, my mindset is you gotta like have a you gotta have a discipline that if this is what the Lord called you to do, you do it on the days that you feel like it, and you do it on the days you don't feel like it. You do it if nobody's watching, and you do it if everybody's watching, because this is what he told you to do. And that's the bottom line. So I actually love this season that we're going through because it's purified why we do what we do. We had this early ascent, and now it's like we know who our real people are. And I don't need 11,000 in the chat to be like, oh, I made it. If we get our people that's always in the chat, if Daphne's always in the chat and Monique Mackey, I'm going off memory. Monique Mackey is always in the chat, and Wes is always in the chat, and Jerusha is always in the chat, and Janice is always in the chat. Like that, you're building, that's real community. Don't nobody know damn community to be 15,000 people? If we max out memberships at 900 and like that's all that ever becomes members, that's our community. Rock with it. Everybody's always like bigger, better, more. And it's like you got a 4-bedroom house, but you got 19 kids. Maybe you should stop. I love growth. And I love deepening relational equity. And you can't do that if you're always growing. I'm just saying motives have to be a thing. If you waking up every day like, did it go viral? How many more people? How many more? Then you think, nah, man, just keep giving excellence to the people who are already here. You can't even enjoy who here because you trying to figure out who needs to get here.
Ooh, come on, Tim.
All right, so let me talk to some pastors real quick. So, dear pastor, be faithful to the people that are already there. Preach to the people that are already in front of you. You're always going to have an empty seat. You're always going to have some room to fill. But guess what? The people that are there, they're already into you. Instead of trying to get data on why no one else is coming or how do we reach more of the community, just like deeply embed yourself relationally into the people who are already in front of you. Because I can guarantee you, if you do that, they'll go out and they'll say all the things that you need them to say. Because word of mouth is always going to be more powerful than any marketing campaign that you can come up with. Ask Jesus. Okay. What is this? Did you just make up a?
I said, ChatGPT, give me an update on Tim Ross.
Did you really?
I did.
Absolutely. Here's a thoughtful update and encouragement on Tim Ross's journey and how his consistency in honoring the Lord speaks volumes, even through ups and downs. Chat put this together?
I don't know nothing. But yes.
Okay.
To be clear, yes.
Okay. Why does it sound like a biography? Tim Ross, a story of faithfulness in all seasons. This is random. Okay. You want me to read this?
It's up to you. We don't have to do anything.
Okay. How he blew up. Tim Ross has already been respected in Christian spaces for years as a former pastor of Embassy City Church and a dynamic speaker, but he broke into the mainstream when he launched the Basement Podcast. The show was,
Whoa.
hey, chat, it was nothing. Why are you talking in past tense?
Yes.
Meet me in the street after I beat Abby in this dance off. Me and you got to have a talk, chat. Okay. The show was raw, real, and deeply honest. A place where faith met transparency. Tim spoke candidly about mental health, trauma, addiction, sexuality, and his personal journey. Often saying things most pastors would never say publicly. That vulnerability struck a chord, especially with millennials and Gen Z, and the basement exploded. Things took a turn when a clip circulated of Tim saying he tipped a stripper during a metaphorical or illustrative teaching moment. The internet ripped him apart, often out of context. Critics questioned his theology, his integrity, and even his salvation. Algorithms stopped favoring him, views dropped, and many who once cheered him on now began distancing themselves. But through it all, Tim didn't flinch. He clarified the intent, didn't get defensive, and kept pointing to Jesus. He could have toned it down or pandered to keep the platform, but he stayed the course. Wow. Shortly after the backlash, Tim launched B-Side, a media production arm meant to help others tell their stories beyond just faith-based spaces. It was part of his broader vision of cultivating a safe space for messy, authentic narratives. But even B-Side wasn't permanent. Tim eventually stepped away, likely feeling the need to recalibrate and listen for God's next direction. Now, Tim's pivoted to a daily show format, no frills, no big production, just faithful consistency. Every day, he's showing up, encouraging believers, tackling real life issues, and doing what he's always done, pointing people to Jesus through authenticity. Oh, that's nice. Okay. What's beautiful about Tim is that whether the platform was booming or busting, whether he was trending or being canceled, his motive never changed. He stayed faithful. Okay. Wow. He didn't chase virality. He chased obedience. He didn't dilute his message when the numbers dropped. He didn't let applause corrupt him or rejection define him. Tim honored the Lord when the basement blew up. He honored him when the internet turned cold. Ooh. And he's honoring him now, just showing up daily, loving people well, and telling the truth. This is a reminder to all of us. God doesn't reward popularity. He rewards faithfulness. Whether you're speaking to thousands or 5, whether your reach is wide or hidden, consistency and motive matters. Keep showing up, keep being real, keep honoring God, even when it's quiet, because the fruit is never in the moment. It's in the harvest of obedience.
Come on now. Come on, Jesus.
Yeah. I take all of that. Shout out to 856 in the chat. We love y'all.
Love you.
Not chat sound saves.
Dweller GPT.
Dweller GPT.
is hilarious. Dweller GPT. Anyway, yeah, so like motives are important, y'all. Like check your motives. Check why you doing everything. Cause you will not always be celebrated for what you do.
Yep.
But you will always be blessed for doing what you heard him tell you to do.
Amen.
And God never promised that obedience was going to make you popular. It will give you favor, though. It will give you favor.
Peace.
It will give you peace. It will. It just will.
Yeah.
Okay. A Wyoming abortion clinic. A judge in Wyoming has temporarily blocked enforcement of 2 restrictive abortion laws, allowing Wellspring Health Access in Casper, the state's only full self-abortion clinic, to resume services. The suspended laws would have required clinics to be licensed as ambulatory surgical centers and imposed a 48-hour waiting period following an ultrasound before patients could receive a medication abortion. The clinic and abortion rights advocates argued the laws were thinly veiled attempts to restrict access. Judge Thomas Campbell agreed there was sufficient cause to halt the laws while broader legal challenges play out. Wellspring had previously halted abortions in late February due to the restrictions, but reopened following the judge's decision. This legal development is part of a broader ongoing legal fight in Wyoming. The state Supreme Court is also considering the constitutionality of a near total abortion ban and another law banning medical abortion. These rulings could determine the future of abortion access statewide. Wellspring, which opened in 2023 after delays from an arson attack, remains the only clinic in the state offering both surgical and medication abortions. Sheesh.
An arson attack?
Yeah, there was an arson attack because there's people when people disagree with something and they're not mentally stable, they act out, right? And the thought that you could burn down a building and that would stop people from getting abortions is crazy. So
it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like, we got to remember, like, as much as I be talking about, like, man, I stabbed this person and I would shoot that person, and right? That's just my hood talking. Like, that's just the way we talk when we grew up. But make no mistake, we actually would follow up on that kind of stuff. So it wasn't like we were just talking out of the side of our neck or blowing smoke. What I'm saying is, the leap from talking about to doing, there's a lot going on in that leap, right? But you know we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. You know, burning down a building, again, we were talking about motives today. If the motive of the heart is to do something, changing the law ain't gonna stop them from doing it. They'll actually just find a harder way to do it. Sometimes a less safe way to do it, a damaging way to do it. Because legislation has never changed the intent of the heart. My classic example for this is nothing changed in the heart of people who harbored racist views about black people when the Supreme Court ruled out segregation. That didn't make racist people all of a sudden friendly to people of color. They actually just changed the way they displayed their hate. So, are laws good? Laws are good. But we wouldn't need all these laws if you would follow the 10.
Right.
Am I missing something here? Right? Yeshua's teachings exemplify the golden rule. Right? Love thy neighbor as thyself. Will we need all these other laws if we loved our neighbor like we love us? Do unto others the way you would like them to do unto you? Will we really need all this other stuff if we was on that energy?
It would solve the world's problems,
What?
right? I was eating the scripture that you're talking about this week, dude.
Were you really?
This morning, that's the exact one. I'm like, that was Yeshua's second command. That one's, the first one is love the Lord your God, right? And then
With all thy heart.
the second most important one is love your neighbor as you love yourself. And I'm like, wait, we wouldn't have war if we just, like, people wouldn't have to die for no reason
They wouldn't.
against murder
They wouldn't.
if we just follow the command.
Yeah, absolutely. Even in again, you can have anger towards a person, but it wouldn't lead to violence against that person. It wouldn't lead to bodily injury. It wouldn't lead to murder.
Yes.
So I just, if you just keep the main thing, you wouldn't have. I mean, we wouldn't have all this kind of stuff. We really wouldn't. Oh, this was great that you pulled up. Swami Vivekananda Swami Vivekananda had a deep respect for Jesus Christ. This is Hector pulling up another philosopher. Bro, it has gone from Nietzsche to Swami.
From Germany to India now.
From Germany to India. Okay, so Swami Vivekananda had a deep respect for Jesus Christ, but often expressed strong critiques of organized Christianity. This is so interesting, especially the way it has practiced and spread, especially the way it was practiced and spread by Western missionaries during colonial times. His views offer a powerful lens through which to examine interfaith respect, personal spirituality, and the dangers of dogma. Here's a breakdown of his perspective and the famous quote. The quote is it is good to be born in a church, but not good to die in one. What a quote. It is good to be born in church, but not good to die in one. This quote is often interpreted as a call to outgrow religious institutionalism. Vivekananda believed that organized religion can be a helpful starting point, but that true spiritual maturity involves transcending rigid doctrines and experiencing God personally. Okay. No, that's just... Hooli woke up on that one.
It was a moan in our ears.
Okay.
Sorry, it was so good.
It's all good. Vivekananda was sharply critical of Christian missionaries in India, especially for cultural superiority. He accused many missionaries of trying to civilize Indians by belittling their culture and faith, materialism and hypocrisy. He pointed out the contrast between Christ's teachings and how Western Christians behaved, often using religion to justify colonization and racism, and they did. Dogma over experience. He warned against blind belief in scripture without personal spiritual realization, something he saw Christianity leaning into heavily. Yet, he deeply admired Jesus Christ. If I had lived in Palestine in the days of Jesus of Nazareth, I would have washed his feet, not with my tears, but with my heart's blood. He saw Christ as a yogi, someone who had attained union with God and encouraged people to follow Christ spiritually, not just ritually. What can we learn from Vivekananda's struggle? Distinguish between Christ and Christendom. Vivekananda teaches us to revere Christ's message of love, sacrifice, and spiritual awakening while being critical of how religion can become a political or cultural tool. Seek direct experience. He emphasized personal realization over external rituals, something that's relevant across all faiths. Am I just attending church or am I transforming through Christ? Respect for others' past. Though he was a Hindu monk, he promoted interfaith harmony. His belief all true spiritual paths lead to the same divine truth. They don't. Courage to question and grow. Like Nietzsche in the West, Vivekananda challenged the religious status quo, but with the aim of lifting people toward a freer, deeper spiritual life. Want a wild connection? Nietzsche said God is dead, and Vivekananda said don't die in church. Both were pushing people to stop outsourcing their faith and start living it. Hey, go back up.
Going up.
Scroll back up.
Yep.
Number two. Seek direct experience. He emphasized personal realization over external rituals, something that's relevant across all faiths. Am I just attending church or am I transforming through Christ? Okay. So I've been a believer in Jesus for 29 years. I've been a believer for 29 years. The day I gave my life to Jesus, there was no altar call. There was no sermon. The Holy Spirit literally convicted me of my sins and brought me to Jesus. My brother got saved while drinking. My younger brother gave his life to Jesus while he was drinking a 40 ounce of beer. Holy Spirit convicted of him sins. He confessed Jesus as his Lord and Savior. He repented of his sins, and he finished his beer. I have several other friends, like no altar call, no sermon, not at a youth camp, not at a revival, not at a crusade, gave their life to Jesus. I believe that you could hear the gospel message and give your life to Jesus, and it's authentic, valid, real, set, secure, all that. I just want to make a note that I have so many of my friends who have never had the experience of like a sermon brought me to Jesus. The Holy Spirit convicted them. They gave their life to Jesus, and boom, it's been on and cracking ever since. That type of experience can anchor you sometimes in a way, just growing up in church and like you don't even know. I just been saved as long as I can remember, like that kind of energy. And then those are the people that wind up disillusioned,
Right.
when their pastor falls, or like when they feel like God hasn't answered their prayer. They're the ones that leave the faith. Like your anchor literally has to be in Christ.
Yeah.
It can't be in like the life you're experiencing, because God never promised everything was going to be good. He just promised he'll be with you.
That's right.
So, all right, my homie's pulling up.
Homie's pulling up.
Yes.
We got him queued up, and he was in the chat. He said, "Yo, I'm in the waiting room." I said, "Oh my God, I spaced on it. My bad, Alex."
Not a
Pulling
problem.
up. Alex, you are on with Tim Ross.
What's up, my guy?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro. All is well?
All is well. That was weird because I was watching the live and then I guess it's a few seconds behind. So
No, it's all good,
I
bro.
heard you talking and then you were saying what up to me. So you caught me off guard.
No, it's
What's
all
going
good,
on?
man. It's so good to see your face, bro. How's everything going?
Likewise, it's going well. We're doing a lot of really exciting things with the movement that I'm really excited to share with you and your audience. But yeah, man, I miss you guys.
I miss you too, man. It's so
Miss you,
good to
bro.
see your face. So let me give a proper introduction. Alyx Efron is a genius in the world of advertising, in the world of marketing and brand management, and a host of other things. I would definitely call him a multi-hyphenate. And we had a conversation a few weeks back about something that he just felt really impassioned and burdened to do, and it required him being vulnerable about his own journey. And it's this specific niche that is not discussed a lot,
No, it'll take him.
but it's something that I really believe is going to help a lot of people, because they don't have to be going through the exact same thing to get the exact same breakthrough. So Alyx, why don't you tell us what it was? First of all, what even made you do it? I know that this is personal to you, but I just want you to give the audience the full context to it.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate that, Tim. And first want to thank you so much. Thank you and the team. Hector, Derek, I know you guys can hear me in the back. Really appreciate you guys having me on. This really means a lot. And so, with everything you just mentioned, Tim, I have been in the world of collecting, if you will, for the better part of my adulthood. I grew up, in the 90s. So things like Pokemon and the Chicago Bulls era with Michael Jordan and his greatness and everything that came with that, with collecting basketball cards and memorabilia has always been rooted in my DNA. So when I got a bit older, I started to collect sneakers, and sneakers turned into memorabilia, and memorabilia turned into sports cards, amongst other things. And so the world of collecting in general in today's society, especially here in the States, it's so massive, and it's evolved way beyond, the traditional collecting of baseball cards and Pokemon cards and things like that. So
Yeah.
whether it's sneakers or luxury goods, handbags, digital collectibles, NFTs, even with gaming, you have your in-game skins and cosmetics
Yep.
that these kids are spending lucrative amount of money on.
Yep.
There's a shared culture across all of these different verticals, around chasing, flipping, flexing, and finding that next big hit, that next big item that you want to share with your social following. And for a lot of people, especially with sports cards, that chase has turned into something that looks a lot like gambling. And most people outside of these hobbies don't realize how intense it has gotten. There's this thing called breaking. Basically what it is, it's live streamed pack and box openings where people buy in for a shot at the contents of the box, and you're watching someone else rip the product you paid for. This is sports cards specifically. Hoping your name gets called when the big card comes out. The environment, it's fast, it's loud, it's full of suspense, and it taps into the same dopamine centers that blackjack and sports betting and even things like day trading tap into. And here's where it sort of gets confusing and tricky. Unlike a casino, there are no posted odds, there are no guardrails, there's no stepping in to slow you down. It's all about hype, hope, and FOMO. FOMO is a huge part of it. And the prices of these items, the prices of these boxes have become so lucrative. $700 a box, $1,000 a box, $2,000 a box, that you could spend and walk away with $40 in cards. And you see these viral clips of somebody hitting what they call a nuke. So basically like a big hit, and suddenly you're itching to chase on your own. And even though you have no real chance of, breaking even, you're still on the horse. You're still trying to scratch that itch and get that dopamine hit, right?
Yep.
And what's hot today is forgotten tomorrow. So there's always something new and fresh that's coming out. And so with all of that being said, that's where, or what I should say, led me to this movement that I started about a month ago. And that movement is called Collectors MD. For short, it's CMD. And it's a support-based platform for people navigating the emotional and financial toll of collecting, especially those that are caught in cycles they can't seem to break. So it's not anti-hobby at all. I still personally love the hobby. I love collecting, but it's about helping people engage with it in a healthier and more intentional way.
Yep.
And honestly, a big part of, the heart behind it came from my time working with you. And, during our time working together at B-Side, you would always say something that, always stuck with me. And that is, everyone deserves to be fully seen, fully heard, fully known, and fully loved. And, you don't just say that, that's something you live every day. And you create a space for people to show up as they are, no masks, no ego.
Yep.
And that really shaped how I think about this community. So with Collectors MD, that's what I'm trying to create, a space where people in this hobby don't have to pretend, that everything's okay, where they can be honest about the hard stuff, where they can be seen and supported without shame. Because if, we're going to stay in these hobbies, many of us want to, we just have to find a way to do it without completely losing ourselves.
Yeah, man. Bro, I so appreciate the vulnerability of you sharing this, because I was talking with my best friend yesterday. Obviously, the NFL draft was yesterday. I had on my Raiders jersey. My Raiders jacket, because, we had the number 6 pick. And we were talking about how disheartened I am that all of the major sports leagues have now collaborated with betting and gaming, right?
Yep.
And
it's in your face all day, every day.
It's right in your face every day. So now, because these sports leagues who had historically banned gambling and betting would never partner with them, now that they've come together, it has normalized gambling to where ESPN, some of their shows are just insider information on the gambling itself and the point spreads, right? It's on the bottom lower third, ticking across, like encouraging people to bet. And then after the game, they have the nerve to put up a gambling disclaimer that says, if you are an addict, please dial this number.
If you or you know somebody who has a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And that's a part of their corporate responsibility. Right?
Of course.
It's a part of the corporate responsibility of DraftKings and FanDuel and Caesars and all these other conglomerates of casinos and sports books that have to create messaging to provide their consumers, their customers, with a safety net, with the resources that are required for people that, have the, could run into the risk of spiraling out of control. Not everybody can be, a fully responsible adult.
Correct.
Addiction is a real thing.
Absolutely.
And it affects more than just alcoholics and drug addicts. And none of that exists in terms of like the security blanket, the resources, the tools that are necessary to get that help. None of that exists in any of these hobbies within the collecting world. And so that's where Collectors MD comes into the mix. I'm
so grateful that you've done it and that you've created this space, because again, we can't be fully seen, fully heard, fully known, fully loved if we don't continue to create spaces for communities to grow and evolve that are dealing with the same thing. Like, you gotta have somebody that you can look in the eyeball that can identify with you, right? Like,
100%.
And you creating this space allows that to happen. I want to deal with the nuances of this, because a lot of people think gambling and they're only thinking about like, hey, I'm betting on the Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? But
right.
Let's get down to the micro level. There are, and I want you to break it down specifically with the cards and with the memorabilia. But I was talking to my best friend yesterday, and we were talking about the fact that they bet on a player's shoes, like the shoe color that they will wear. That if they have 8 colorways, they will literally bet like, I think Luka will wear the pinkies tonight. Or I think LeBron will wear his green shoes tonight. Like, this doesn't even have to deal with the outcome of the game. There's all these little micro bets within the overall betting of the game itself. I think Austin Reeves will right.
Yeah, it's crazy. You think of the Super Bowl, people are betting on the color of the Gatorade that's coming out at the end of the game. People are betting on the coin toss. People are betting on how long the national anthem is going to be. All these prop bets is what they call them, is what people are losing their minds over. But that, again, that's traditional gambling. It's regulated. There's a gaming commission. They're looking over to make sure that these things, these bets, all of this money that is coming in and out is happening fairly, right? With sports cards, with TCG is Pokemon, I guess trading card game is what it stands for.
Okay.
It's the Wild West. None of that exists. And so here's the thing. People outside of the hobby don't understand. They don't fully, they can't fully comprehend the intensity of what, again, sports card breaking has become. And when you really break it down, it actually shares a lot of similarities. There's so many synergies with traditional sports betting and with casino games like blackjack and roulette. But also there are a few key differences that make it a lot riskier in a lot of different ways. So with sports betting, it's pretty straightforward. You pick a game, you place a bet, and you know the odds going in, whether that's win or loss. You're either cashing out or you're not. And yeah, it can be addictive for sure, but at least you know the stakes.
Right.
At least you know when you sit down at a blackjack table, there's a 50-50 chance of you winning.
Yep.
And I'm not endorsing gambling. I'm
No.
not saying that that's the safer option by
Of
any
course.
means.
Of course.
I'm just stating facts.
And you're also saying
with
that it's
sports
regulated.
books,
You're also saying that at least that's regulated.
it's regulated.
Right.
Sports book are required to show you the odds, the over, the under, the payouts,
Right.
all of that.
Right.
With breaking, it's a lot more of a gray area. It's a lot murkier. You're buying into a box or a case of sports cards, usually through a live stream, and hoping whatever comes out of those packs ends up in your spot. And that might be a random team, a specific player, or even just like the left or right side of the box. And the problem is you have no idea what's inside of that box. There are no posted odds. There's no transparency. You're trusting a breaker, so like the sports card shop, that they didn't already pull the best cards out of that particular case, or that you're not just getting the leftover scraps from a dead run, right? And where it gets tricky in breaking, it's not win or lose. It's win, lose, or lose really badly, right? You can spend $200, $500, even $1,000 into one break and end up walking away with $5 worth of cards, like I said before.
Yep.
And yet people keep chasing because they saw someone hit a $20,000 card the night before on the same exact stream. So it's that same sort of slot machine energy.
Yep.
Plus all of this social pressure, the hype in the chat, the "your next bro" comments.
Yep.
It's not just gambling; it's gambling with the crowd watching. And again, at least with sports betting, you're choosing an outcome based on stats, matchups, logic. With breaking, you're buying a sealed box and praying that your name gets called when that one big hit comes out. And if it doesn't, you're walking away with a bunch of base cards that you couldn't sell for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're both risky, but again, with breaking, it's basically gambling with no real book. So no odds, no oversight, no real way to know if you're being taken advantage of or you're just unlucky. And that's why it's so easy to spiral, because the whole thing feels like it's fun.
Yeah.
Right. You feel like you're participating in a nostalgic hobby that you've been a part of your whole life.
Yep.
Until it isn't, until your bank account is empty and you have a significant other, a spouse that is mad at you for spending this month's mortgage payment on cardboard.
Right. Man, okay, so I want to get into another nuance here. You talked about actual gaming, right? You got these microtransactions that happen within a game, right? I'm a gamer, right? So take a game like 2K, right? Basketball, or take a game like Fortnite. There's a reason why Fortnite can get Katy Perry into the game. There's a reason why Fortnite can get Snoop Dogg into the game, wrestlers into the game. The game is actually free. You can actually download Fortnite and play it for free. Where they have made multiplied millions of dollars is through this very subtle, but to me it feels like a gateway drug into the same type of addiction that you're talking about. You're gonna buy a pack. Hopefully you get this rare skin that's only coming out in this season. And if you have it and if you're running around with your avatar through the game, then you are somehow the guy the kid that got the Willy Wonka ticket, right? Yeah. You look at them.
Same rules apply.
Yeah. The microcurrency in 2K basketball. You get a player, but then you got to build that player up. And some of these guys have invested $4,000, $6,000, $7,000 into like they bought the game for $69.99, but then they spent $7,000 on maxing out their basketball player in the freaking game.
And does it even carry over to the next year? Does it carry over to like NBA 2K?
No.
So you have to do it all over again.
You got to do it all over again.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And you know what, Tim, as we continue to evolve as a society and people are so focused on social media and their virtual avatar, if you will, as we adapt to a more virtual reality, this is only going to become more and more of a problem where people are just so focused on their aesthetic, their digital avatar and what they look like in this virtual world, right? Whether that be through gaming, whether that be through the metaverse or whatever universe these tech companies are working on, behind the scenes.
Yep.
Think about what this landscape is going to look like 10 years from now, right?
Yeah.
So it's a part of culture in so many different facets, and there are people that, if you really just break it down and make it black and white, it's spending, it's overspending, it's retail therapy, it's overextending yourself, it's whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
And there is no anonymous group, like,
Yeah.
there's AA, there's Narcotics Anonymous, there's Gamblers Anonymous. None of this exists for collecting, for spending. So what we're trying to do is not necessarily create another anonymous program, like 12-step program, but just create a safe space that people can turn to.
Yep.
And know that they're not alone,
For sure.
and that if they need help, it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable, to come in and say, I have a problem, I want to fix it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where we come in, to help fix this together. And we're not licensed therapists, we're not doctors.
Yep.
But what I am is somebody who has lived through it,
Yep.
has experienced, the ups and downs of collecting, and can speak firsthand of what that experience has done to me, the toll it's taken on me and my health, my mental health,
Yep.
my family,
Yep.
and ways to overcome it.
Absolutely. Man, I want everybody who is listening to this, if first of all, if you can be self-aware and honest enough to admit that you do struggle with gambling, risky spending, the dopamine shot of what it is to purchase a new bag, to open a new deck of cards, to make that micro transaction within a gaming platform. Listen, whether that is 2K or whether that's Candy Crush, right? You're paying for more coins to level up or to break through a level or whatever. Like, Alyx Efron has stepped into the light with his own story. Not like, hey, I want to help people that are doing this because it's crazy. It's like, hey, it was me. I have a personal story. He's created a whole website. The movement is called Collectors MD, CMD for short. He releases blogs that are very transparent and vulnerable. He also has other people within the collective that have joined that are now sharing their stories as well. If it's you or if it's someone that you know and someone that you love, I want you to take advantage of the resources that are available to you. Alyx is a friend of ours. We've worked with him. He wouldn't be doing this if he wasn't passionate about it. Alyx, thank you so much for taking the time to bring this to the forefront and to the light. You already know we got your back, and you're going to help a lot of people, and I appreciate you leading this movement.
I appreciate that, Tim. Truly, it means the world. If you want to learn more about Collectors MD, you can follow us on Instagram at Collectors MD. You could also check out the website that we dropped in the chat. It's collectorsmd.com. There you can find all the tools and resources you need. We're going to be hosting our first support meeting, which is going to be a virtual meeting on Google Hangouts this coming Wednesday.
Awesome.
At 8 p.m. Eastern, and that's this coming Wednesday, April 30th. And if you want to be involved in any capacity, join the meeting, or just have a conversation, please don't hesitate to reach out. And Tim, thank you again so much for your support, your guidance, and for, honestly showing me the light.
Man, I love you, Alyx, and I'm so proud of you. We are behind you, and I'm so glad we got the link in there. Next Wednesday is the first virtual meeting. Again, if it's you or somebody that you love, strongly encourage them to be a part of it. If it's you individually, be brave enough to step into the light. We heal in group. We do not heal by ourselves. You can make 1,000 resolutions as, this is my last break. This is the last time I spend like this. I'm not going to do this anymore. You need accountability. You need people to walk with you. and you need support. So please take advantage of the resources that are available to you, and you are going to be living your best life very soon. Alyx, I love you, bro.
Yes, sir. Love you too, man.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Take care.
All right, peace. Yo.
Peace.
Yo.
Fully seen, fully heard, fully known, even if you're not agreed with. Huh?
That's how we want communities to spawn.
Yeah.
Dude.
Right? Like, hey, get all the gamblers over here, get all the porn addicts over here, get all the low self-esteem people over here. Let's help each other. Like we're not gonna hold each other down. We're gonna build each other up.
Yeah.
But you only heal in group and you only heal in community. Nobody's healing by themselves.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not gonna do it.
A small little thing, Tim, if I may. As a parent, like kids be playing Roblox too. My kids, and they're grooming the younger generation to these microtransactions that is not being seen. Like, so I have to monitor my children. Joanna and I monitor our kids on how they purchase and how they buy things, and it's kind of rewarded based. But I see how there's kids that they compare themselves to, that parents throw bread at these games so that they can level up, and then it grows their virtual like stance in how they play their games. And so it's like I see that portion of it too.
Oh, bro.
Their social status in the game.
Correct.
That's right.
And it satisfies something that they don't have in real life.
That's exactly right.
That's where it gets dangerous.
That's what, bro. I mean, I can't tell you how many times my sons have come to me like, "Dad, can I have $10 so I can get Robux, and then can I get V-Bucks on Fortnite?"
Yep.
And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Well, I want to get this new skin. I'm like,
real money for fake money.
Bro, we've gotten Venmos and Cash Apps from the grandparents. Like, oh, this is for, you know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, wait, hold up.
And all it is a gamified break, which is the same thing Alyx is talking about.
Right.
And it's like, will I get that rare skin? Will I, when I open up this up, will that the skin of the gun don't make you shoot. The gun don't help you play better.
Reach that dude. Now he's gonna go reach thousands.
Amen.
I'm good.
Why are you kidding me?
I'm good.
Check the box.
Motive.
Yes.
Motives. Right? Like, that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Hey, today's
Such
segment
a-
is this is what we doing, and this is what we doing.
This
Tim.
is what we doing. This is what we doing for sure. Y'all hear that music? That's why y'all choose it wide open. Our phone lines are wide open. Monday through Friday, we wide open. Welcome to the wide open caller format. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what I'm doing. We're wide open. We're now taking calls. Y'all know we're taking calls today until 11:45. We make room on Fridays for Spin Lunch with Jew, coming at 12 noon Central Standard Time. But you know, we will make sure that you are fully seen, fully heard, fully known, fully loved. Even if you're not fully agreed with, we want you to have a safe space where you can share whatever you want to, whatever's on your heart. I do not guarantee to have all the answers for you, but I do guarantee that I can contain whatever you have to say. Who is our first caller?
April, you are on with Tim Ross.
Hi, April.
April and April.
Hi, Uncle Tim. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. I'm so nervous. I know everybody says that, but it's really like I feel like I talk to you all the time, but doing it is really, really nerve-wracking.
I love you, April.
So-
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. I'm in my classroom. Today's actually a teacher work day, so I was like, "Ooh, I have time."
Thank you for
'Cause I've
being
been
a
trying
teacher.
to catch up with you, but every time I do it, I'm off, and then I couldn't get in, and so it's just been kind of crazy.
I'm
But
so grateful that
excited.
today worked, and thank you for being a teacher. Thank you for educating the next generation.
Thank you. That's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. One of the things,
Okay.
actually, I feel like that's a concept that we haven't talked about on Wide Open.
Yep.
Is we haven't had a lot of teachers that really feel that it's their calling and their ministry. And
Yes.
how to deal with some of the things. So I'm going to ask you the two questions and I'll give you the context.
Great.
But, one of them that I have has to do with legalism that you were raised around. I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Member of Transformation Church, Tulsa. I was in Ransom.
Let's
So I
go.
was so excited to see you on Sunday night. It was so exciting to see y'all in the front row.
Thank you.
But since I did that, There's a lot of legalism in my family, so I'll give you some context on that. But like, how do you deal with the legalism of your family members when you know you're walking in purpose?
Yep.
And that, especially when you're on mission, and one of the things is ransom, and they may have a difference of opinion on it. So that's one of the things.
Okay.
And the second one is how to walk in your calling and maintain your first ministry. With the family that God bless you with, and as well as taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
That's where the teaching element comes in.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk about that. But
great.
First of all, you're one of the reasons actually I'm in Tulsa, because I was at V2.
Okay.
And right after overflow is overboat.
Yes.
I got the vision to move to Tulsa.
Wow.
And quit my job. I was living in Fort Worth.
Okay.
And I was a professor.
Wow.
And after multiple school shootings in that area, I decided it was time for me to leave.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, God called me to North Tulsa, and I'm actually down the street from 1519.
Wow.
And right back down from Greenwood and Archer.
Got it.
So he placed me down there.
Yep.
And one of the things he did was place me as a white woman in a majority African-American environment.
Yep.
And to reverse the curse. That's
Absolutely.
really what I've been called to do.
Absolutely.
Be here for that.
Yep.
And I was actually prophesied that I would be a bridge builder.
Yep.
And I've had many people tell me that I'm the only white person they ever talk to.
Wow.
Like they're the only one. I'm the only one they feel comfortable with. I led a B group online.
Wow.
That I was the only white woman, and there was 20 other black women, and they were like, I've never even spoken to a white woman before. Like,
wow.
So I know I'm here on purpose.
For sure.
And when it comes to the legalism part, one of the main issues is that I was raised in a really strict legalistic denomination, but I have a lot of generational roots. My great grandfather was actually at Azusa.
Wow.
When the Kojic and Assemblies of God split.
Yes.
And then also where the Assemblies of God and the United Pentecostal Church were founded.
Yes.
And so there's lots of history. And I'm also a direct descendant of Reverend Charles Spurgeon. Spurgeon's my maiden name. So I've got a lot of religious history in there.
Your pedigree is pretty high.
A lot of generational.
Yeah.
So,
your pedigree is pretty high.
Some is good. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Some is good and some is bad.
Correct.
And so, but majority of my family is still in those legalistic tendencies and has really strong traditional conservative opinions about things like ransom.
Got it.
And they love what I'm doing in the school and they love that. But when it comes to the representation of ransom, they don't get it a lot of times. And they also are very strong about what they're saying. But I also struggle with how do I judge them for what they're saying and not be the same as them.
Right.
So that's
absolutely.
kind of where I'm trying to figure out where to hold the tension of those two things.
Understood. So, wow. First of all, I just love you, and I appreciate your. This is going to be a big word for you, especially with the first thing you talked about with your family. I appreciate your self-differentiation. That's what it is. You are a self-differentiated person. You are not allowing the opinions nor the legalism of your family to change what you feel like you have been called to do. And that is a tension that we have to hold, and sometimes it gets tiring.
Yeah.
Because you hate having to.
It's exhausting.
Right. You exhausting, right? You hate having to go round and round around the same conversation when it's like, I've already heard you, it's duly noted, and it still doesn't change what I feel called to do. So let's just eat the green beans. Right? Like just pass me the mashed potatoes, because I don't know. There's nothing else to talk about around here. You've made your point, and I don't agree with it. And a lot of people think the phrase "let's agree to disagree" is a cop out, but the truth of the matter is, it is lunacy to continue to try to get agreement where you know none will be made. Right? Jesus wasn't trying to change the minds of the Pharisees. He was just telling the truth to the Pharisees. They could either receive it or reject it. And the Pharisees got to give Jesus their point of view, and he could accept it or reject it. So I feel like for you, the self-differentiation is your superpower. It's, hey, y'all are my family. I love you, and I don't agree with some of your positions and your beliefs, and you don't agree with mine, and I still love you. Are we going to watch the game today or not?
Just choose not to have conversation around it and just kind of let our values be our own and talk about other things.
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Absolutely correct. Because again, we're literally beating a dead horse.
Right.
Right. How many ways can they say we don't like ransom and the fact that you participate in it? I got to listen to it for the 19th, 100th time.
Yeah.
So self-differentiation is going to be your best friend in that. Okay. Now to the call.
All right. So.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just going to give more clarity on that.
Please.
Because I am, like I said, I'm living in Tulsa and I'm teaching, and I have 11th and 12th graders that are about getting ready to go away to college and do their own thing. But I also have a son that will be 13 years old tomorrow.
Awesome.
And he is my miracle baby, because doctors told me for more than 15 years I would never have a baby. And God said, watch this,
Mm-hmm.
And I struggle with, he is all boy and he has a great relationship with his dad, but there's a struggle with me trying to find things that we have in common that we can actually talk about. I'm not a girly girl, but I am to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
And he is very Minecraft superheroes, and just, I'm like you. I am a total realist. I live in reality. I'm logical. I can't imagine living in a world that doesn't exist.
Right.
When you say, let's build something in Minecraft, I'm like, what are you talking about? The grass is out there.
Right.
My brain just doesn't go that way. And so I'm struggling with him and his dad play video games together, and they do all that. And I don't know how to. I want to make sure that I don't get to him graduating from high school, and I've seen all these people that have made a huge life change for them when their parents maybe didn't, and then I end up losing my only child that I have, and I didn't even have an experience with him. So I'm kind of struggling with that aspect, and at the same time wanting to do that and take care of myself. Because it's very rare that I get a Sabbath. I consider our breaks and summer to be my Sabbath, but I am tired.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just really don't know how to do life balance with the call that he's given me and be able to keep, build a better relationship with my son and be healthy for myself. Understood.
Okay, so we're definitely going to take care of you first. I know it's going to sound selfish, but if you're on a plane, the oxygen mask has to go over your mouth first, and then you give it to the person next to you, right? Especially if it's a minor.
Right.
So you got to have your Sabbath. Right? You got to have the reset and the recharge. Now, I'm going to give you the life hack to your 13-year-old.
Okay. Please do.
Oh, this is because it might still feel like a Sabbath. You don't actually need to play games with him. You just need to pull up a chair and watch him, and you don't even need to know what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Like every 2 minutes, be like, wow. Look at there.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. What are you building? How many rooms does that have? Is that pig die? Did you set it on fire? Do you eat that now? Like I promise you, my mom used to do this with me when I played Super Mario Brothers. My dad did the same thing. I do it with my sons now. They're like, Dad, can you come watch me play this game? I'm like, absolutely. I don't know what the hell's going on. I have no idea.
Okay, so it's not just me. I just
no. And I don't need to know what's going on. And I go further and ask questions that they think are stupid.
Yeah.
I look stupid to them. I sound stupid to them. I'm like, so what happens next? And they're like, oh, well, we just do this, this, and this. Now, in my mind, I'm dying a little inside.
Right. Yeah.
A little of me dies, right? Because I'm thinking about the other things that I could be doing, right? That are based in reality, and I could go touch real grass, right?
Yeah.
And it means so much to them that I just now here's the thing, it's passive. So I'm actually having a mental break because it requires me to do nothing. I'm not asked to pick up a controller. I'm not asked to join in because all I would do is get them killed anyway, right? And so if I watch them play Fortnite, to them I might as well have been playing it with them.
Right.
So my encouragement is definitely take care of you first, Sabbath, and then just pull up a chair. I refer to it, my philosophy is I need to create moments where I step into their world. I don't have to understand their world. They don't even want me to. I am being transported to a different planet to see how these humans live. And they invited me. They want me to come.
Right.
And so I just pull up a chair and hang out with them and they don't need me long. 45 minutes to an hour. And then I'm like, hey man, I got to go do something. And they're like, thanks, Dad. No worries. But they remember like, Dad, remember when I shot those 3 people? I'm like, yeah, you were amazing.
Yeah. And you have no idea what you don't even remember that part.
Yeah.
And see, that's where a little of the struggle is I was raised and I have been trained to be a Martha, like all about serving, all about like I even was the whole legalism part. Like I was raised to shake their glass and you get something for them. You serve their food, you do that.
Right.
And so like when he wants me to do things, like it tends to be the time that I'm like making dinner or those kind of things. And so I feel like we should set a time.
That's right. That's right.
That we do that.
Oh my goodness. Like I promise you, it will. Yes, it doesn't have to be spontaneous. Like put it on the calendar. Like, hey buddy, from 6 to 7 or from 8 to 9, whatever the hours are, right? I'm just gonna hang out with you.
Sorry.
No worries.
Hold on. My light went out in my classroom. Hold on.
Not a problem. It's on a timer. I get it.
Yeah, there we go. I had to move.
Yeah. So
I knew that was gonna happen.
No worries. Yeah, so I would definitely set a time and just, hey, I look forward 8 to 9. I'm gonna watch you play Minecraft or I'm gonna watch you play Fortnite, and just sit down with them and again just cheer them on and look interested.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think you answered all my questions.
I love you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for calling.
Well, I'm so glad I got to finally talk to you because I've been keeping track of all these questions. Like because I watch every day, but I watch it on my way home.
Yeah.
Like when I get in the car. So
I appreciate it.
Live is hard for me to do, but
understood.
I didn't want to wait till summer. I was like, yes, I can do it today. So.
Well, I'm glad you had an in-service day, and I'm glad we got to talk. I love you so much, and keep up the good work. You are on purpose for a purpose. Keep doing what you're doing. It's making a difference.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Love
so
you.
much.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye. Come on, teachers. I love it. What? I love it. You got a descendant of Spurgeon on a live call on Wide Open? Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing.
Stand by, senor. Grabbing the next caller.
No worries. Grab them. Since he grabbing callers. Shout out to 897 in the chat.
Let's go.
Yeah. When I talk to other podcasters that are theologians and they tell me like I've had this guest on and I've had that guest on, I'm gonna be like, but have you had a descendant of Spurgeon? It's gonna be such a random flex.
I think not.
Who do I spy? Who am I spying? I spy.
Tim, we have the next caller pulling up. Caller, you are now on the line with Tim Ross.
Hi.
Hi, family. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. I love your accent already.
Bronx, New York born.
Let's go. It is music to my ears. That's where my wife is from, the Bronx, the boogie down.
Yes, sir. You already know. So I will get this up and going quickly. first, it's a pleasure. I'm so grateful to have this platform. You guys are helping so many, as you already know. So I'll keep that short.
No worries. I love you. We love you.
All right. It's kind of weird because I have you muted on my TV. So I'm going to stop looking at my TV.
Yeah, it'll weird you out. It'll weird you out.
It is. It is. All right. So mainly out of everything that's going on, I think I have a hold on a lot. Just to give you, my question is strictly, how do I navigate being the only saved person and the true follower of Christ in my home? After having raised children and being with my partner for 20 years, living in a worldly life, right?
Yep.
So I want to say November of 2023, I was at a time where I had lost my job. One of my darkest times, not only because of the loss of the job, but that was just added on to a lot of things. Lost my mom, COVID, losing my job, losing my closest friends, relationship-wise, not her life.
Yep.
And things like that. So just piling on. And I was out working on my own, doing like DoorDash, and a YouTube clip comes on where I was introduced to Pastor Mike Todd.
Mm-hmm.
And from November 2023, he kind of just, his vibe, his message, everything captured me. And so from November 23 to I want to say February 2024, it took me that time where I decided, you know what, I'm going to give this thing a try. And from February 2024 till about, I want to say May, I actively started just really following his teachings and making the changes in my life that I needed to do for like forgiveness, taking out addictions. I haven't perfected this, but minimizing my anger and my quick to kind of speak and things of that nature. So just many different changes that I've put in place.
Okay.
As I mentioned, I'm with my partner for 20 years. One of the things that I'm also changing is we will be getting married June 13th.
Okay. Congratulations.
June 14th of this year.
Okay.
So, I'm just trying to check off the things on the checklist, right? Of living in the way of Christ.
Yep.
Even as my fruits are showing at home, I want to say everyone isn't kind of moving according to the changes that I have. And I'm not trying to force anyone. I know that's a big thing. Everything is done for everyone's timing.
Yep.
But how do I navigate that? I have a 16-year-old who will be 17 in August. And I have a 20-year-old, both females. And it's just kind of a struggle, right? They live in a worldly life, we're from New York, so hip hop is our thing, or was my thing, but it's still their thing. Listening to music that I no longer approve of. Living in that culture, brand names, money, things of that nature. And they're out there, needless to say. And so is my partner. And I will just throw in there that he doesn't hold me back with my new life and the things that I do. Like I go to church 3 times a week. He doesn't interfere at all. He'll let me play transformation. He'll let me play your podcast. He'll sit here and sometimes listen or ear hustle while he's on his phone doing other things. So he doesn't interfere in any way. But I just want to see them on board, right? I want to see them have their own experience with
for sure.
God and just feel, the greatness of living in this life.
Absolutely.
So that's my main struggle. So I don't know anything that you have on that.
I do have some stuff on that, but I have some stuff on that because the Bible got some stuff on that. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm so happy for you. Like, I am like celebrating not only your new life, but like the international, the intentionality of how you're walking in it. You know what I mean? And the excitement that you have around it, and the fact that you are so passionate about it. You want to see your family move into it as well. Like that is like, that's dope. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see some people talk about they love Jesus and they're boring.
Very much so.
That's whack sauce. It's like, if my turn up is not going to be as loud for Jesus as it was in the world, what am I even out here doing? Okay.
Right.
All right. So I want to draw your attention to Matthew chapter number 5. Okay.
Okay.
I want to read you the passage before I tell you. I have 3 words for you, but I want to read you the passage before I give you the 3 words. So it's Matthew chapter number 5. It says, "You are the salt." Starting at the 13th verse, "You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt should lose its flavor, how shall it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a basket. Instead, they put it on a lampstand so it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men so they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." My 3 words for you as it relates to tu familia is light them up. Every day, just light these jokers up. Like, you got this captive audience. They got to interact with you at some point during the day. And every time they interact with you, just let them experience that light that's coming from you. Actions
That's
speak.
what I'm actively doing now.
Yeah.
They're just moving slower than
Yeah,
I want.
it's not on your timetable, right? You from New York, so you want it now, right? You
Right.
like, let's get with the program now. I don't understand. You've already seen what we doing over here. How come you ain't feeling me? Y'all ain't on my level. Where the energy at? You know what I'm saying? I need everybody to report to the middle of the living room where we watching Transformation right now. Why you over there in the corner, nigga? I told you to come back over here. We try to watch TV, right? So I know you want it to happen at a time. No, it ain't. We ain't responsible for the timetable. You just responsible for the light.
Yeah.
So just keep it lit and be patient.
Yeah. Can I ask you a quick follow-up question
Of course.
in regards to that?
Of course.
Do you think that I am taking the wrong path by kind of, right? I don't want to shut my children out. So even when they are doing things they shouldn't, or requiring me to participate in things that I know shouldn't be,
Mm-hmm.
in the sake of not losing them,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that that is a right response to their requests?
Would it be hard for you to give me an example?
No.
Okay.
So right now, I know that, well, the main issue. So my 20-year-old has a boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and he is. I'm whispering because they're home.
Yep.
And currently resides with us.
Okay.
Obviously they're not married. They're living out of wedlock.
Yep.
But again, that's kind of my fault, right? I was in a relationship for 20 years, and we're just about to get married
For sure.
because it's the right thing to do in the eyes of God.
For sure.
But it's not the greatest relationship. They're not. It's not physical or any type of domestic. It's just I don't know. I think he just has some issues, and I'm just helping him because he has nowhere to live and nowhere to go, and I don't want to see the kid in the street. Right?
For sure.
We live in Massachusetts right now, so our winter's just passing and it's freezing cold. I don't have the heart to have someone in the street when I have space.
For sure.
But it's a tricky situation.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if me opening my heart is the wrong thing to do because of the situation. I'm allowing her to live here with her boyfriend.
Right.
And I know that's not right under the eyes of the Lord.
Right. So I
I know
wouldn't.
that's one.
No. This is how you handle. This is how you navigate this. Say nothing until after you get married.
Okay.
And after you get married, that's when you had a conversation. I wouldn't say it now because she could throw it up in your face. Well, I don't understand why you blah, 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 blah.
She would.
Right?
She would. She's my mother's daughter.
Right. After
past life.
After you get married, be like, hey, I made a change, and this change was based on my belief system. You know I would have never been on this energy. I've been with this man for 20-some years. I would have never been on this energy except for the fact that I gave my life to Jesus, and this is the way I'm living now. As a result, me getting married has now set an example that everyone in this house has to live by. And since y'all ain't married, y'all would need to make arrangements. Your boyfriend would need to make arrangements to find a place, secure a place, whatever, but y'all wouldn't be able to live under the same roof. That's the way I would handle it. I wouldn't bring it up until June 30th.
14.
Okay,
4:30. Exactly.
You know what I mean? It don't have to be the day of. You know what I mean? Let it breathe. Go on a little honeymoon, whatever. Come back. You know, June 25th, June 26th, my birthday. Just be like, hey. So anyway, y'all see this move I just made? I made this move for no other reason than my belief system has changed. And I made this move for me. I'm not saying you need to make this move for you, but I would not, in good conscience, be able to go on with you all living under my roof with this arrangement unmarried. You got a month.
Okay. I feel that.
Yep.
I like that response.
Yeah.
I can flow with that.
Yeah. It's diplomatic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's diplomatic and you're leading by example.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna take too much time. I just want to say, you are one of the people as well, that have came across my feed. The algorithm. You work very closely with Mr. Todd. So, you've came up, and I think I've been watching The Basement since I want to say early 24, if not late 23.
Yes, ma'am.
So I do appreciate your realness, your straightforwardness.
Thank you.
Especially born and raised in the Bronx, I can appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you guys it's really helped me while I didn't have community.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were my community. It took me some time, but I did find the church in town that is raw and real.
I love it.
And I've been going since March 8th,
Awesome.
March 9th, excuse me.
Yeah.
So then I feel like that's the last thing I needed. So I do appreciate you guys for being and you're still my community, but for being my only community when I really needed it. You guys are really the ones who really molded me and helped me get here. I'm getting baptized June 8th.
That's
married
awesome.
June 14th.
Let's go.
We did just suffer a very big loss. Real loss. I currently miscarried this week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But because of my newfound life, I understand that everything happens for a reason, and
Yes,
it's God's way.
Yes,
it's not for my understanding.
Yeah.
So I know one day I'll understand why.
Yeah.
And if I'm blessed to be appointed again, it'll happen. And if not, that's fine. I have 3 grown children.
Yep.
So it's all good.
Well, I'm so proud of you. We're so happy. We are honored to serve you. We're so grateful that we get to be a part of your family, and you're our sister for life. We love you so much. Thank you so much for calling.
I love you guys, all 4 of you, your wife, your children. You guys are a blessing, and I appreciate everything that you guys do.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
You guys too. Thank you so much. Happy Friday.
Okay, happy Friday. Bye.
Bye.
So sweet.
I love her.
Oh. Yeah, that's so dope. That's so dope. That's so dope. I love it. I love it. All right. So, man, I love it. These calls just get me. They bless me big. All right. Who next?
All right, Tim, we got E joining us. E, we got you with Tim Ross on Wide Open. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, dang. Okay. Wow. Wow. It's actually kind of crazy being on here. I kind of knew that I was being on today, but this is wild. Just so you know, my connection might be a little spotty, so I might get cut out.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Hello.
I can. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. It's actually kind of crazy. My question is, and then I'll give you context to it afterwards.
Okay.
My question is, how do I help my wife with post-trigger stress disorder, I guess you could say. You know?
Okay.
The context is that my wife and I, we've been married for like a year and a half now, and you know, pretty much like early on into our relationship, we had some situations that transpired, and we had met this pastor, to which, you know, we thought that he was going to be helping us our business, and it turned into a much more developed relationship where he turned into like mentors to both of us, him and his wife. And we thought that everything was going well, thought everything was going great, you know, and as things were progressing, we kind of noticed that, like, my wife and I, we were going back and forth a lot. I'm a believer, so my wife and I, you know, we're both believers as well. And she went to a place where she got demon possessed. Yes, that's real. And for all the audience out there, that really is something that is crazy. She got demon possessed not because she was basically living in her flesh a lot.
Okay.
And a lot of that really just like I was literally going toe to toe wrestling with a demon that night. And you know, she had to get deliverance from that, to which she did. And then months later, you know, after this is pretty much recently, like in about February, March, him and his wife were basically with my wife. I was away because I'm in the military, and activated for the National Guard in New York.
Okay.
And him and his wife were pretty much the only ones that were there to look over her for that time being. And then come to find out that she, you know, like they had some type of situation going on where he, or not him, but his wife was basically like maltreating her, you know. I was like trying to figure the whole entire situation out, because they basically forced her to like sit down and have a conversation with her. And this is after like she had gone through like a possession. She had like a whole encounter with God, and God was like, listen, you're doing this and this, whatever. Like, she could tell you about the whole story about that maybe on another time. But you know, they were saying that she had had like her emotions changed, and they were trying to figure out why her emotions changed.
Mm-hmm.
She was hearing from God saying that, you know, don't tell them, they don't need to know this right now, don't tell them, whatever. And she listened to that, and they started like accusing her of all these things, starting bringing up like past hurts and everything like that, trying to pin out the reason as to what happened with her. And I got involved because she called me and told me that night. And after she called and told me, they called and tried to tell me that, oh, you know, we're trying to figure out what's going on with your wife. Do you know of anything that's going on? I was on the phone with them, and I was just like, no, I'm not entirely sure what happened. Did you know something happened? Because I didn't want to like lead them into believing and saying, oh, you know, you already know, so this is gonna go ahead, and they're gonna try to sway the conversation one way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they said that they wanted to have a sit down with all of us. I said, okay, sure. I gave them a date to have that sit down, and I said, I got off of the orders, and I'm coming back home on the Wednesday. That happened on the Monday. On the Wednesday, I come home, and I'm like parked up in the driveway and everything. And as I'm, you know, parked up in the driveway, I get a text call from them saying, hey, Mario, my name is Mario, by the way. Hey,
Yes, sir.
Mario, we see your car in the driveway. Let's have a conversation now. And I was just like, no, I'm not having a conversation now. I've been away from my wife for like the last like couple of weeks. I'm staying tonight with my wife, and then we can have this conversation on you know, this date, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard in the spirit that we should have the conversation on this date. So we're gonna have this conversation on this date. Then they basically said that they're separating themselves from us. We were renting the house, a house from them. They kicked us out of the house, gave us an eviction notice, all that type of thing. Like, I'm just getting off, and it's just like kind of crazy. And, you know, by the grace of God, somehow we found a place within 2 weeks and moved in and all of that, and everything was secured. But my wife, because she works at an organization, and all the stuff that the pastor and his wife are trying to do, and all the things that they're trying to fulfill, there's a chance that they would run into each other. And when my wife, you know, she pretty much was like talking to her executive director, and the executive director said that there's this organization at XYZ place that said that they want to, you know, work with them. Mm-hmm. My wife immediately was like, that's the only organization that they know of, and the same MO and the same, you know, way that they talk is like the same thing that the pastor and the pastor's wife would say, right? Mm-hmm. So she got emotionally triggered by that. And I just really want to know, like, how do I help my wife go through that? Because for me, it's like, they're dead to me. I'm done. I'm out. God already said, like, what he said about everything. You know, like, they want to separate themselves from us. Like, I don't have no problem with that. You know, I'm out with you because I'm 10 toes deep on God right now. At first, I was believing y'all for everything, but I've seen that y'all lied a couple of times, and it's really crazy. Mm-hmm. But I'm out, right?
Yep.
So I just really would like to know, like, how do I help my wife, because she's still processing things, and she's like super sensitive to her emotions and everything like that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I understand that there's a sensitivity there, but does she agree with the transition like you do?
Say again? Say that one more time?
Yeah, like, does she agree with the transition like you do, or is she ready to be out as well?
Yeah, so we've already been separated from them from like March 5th, because that was the day that they said that they don't want to have any communication with us, that we're being kicked out from church, that we're being evicted from the home within 30 days, and that if we have any conversation with them, that they're going to be pressing charges with lawyers and all of that, right? So we haven't had any conversations whatsoever with them since that day. And they said that my wife needs therapy and that I need to get to know my wife.
Okay.
So, and that was like all sent in like an email, like looked at. It was just really just weird, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. So for her, it's like, because she's kind of like super emotional, and it's like really hurting her, because like, I mean, we both really love them, and we both really cared for them, you know.
For sure.
So me trying to like help my wife now is like, okay, babe, what do I need to do? Like, I'm trying to listen to you and see how things are going. But the fact that, you know, this organization, like, they are very high-driven people, where they're like, all right, this is the goal, and we're going to try to get this done. And my wife works for an organization that they may come into contact with. Mm-hmm. It's like, for her, it's like, okay, what do I do if we actually get into that situation?
Yeah.
And we're now faced with like seeing them all over again, and all the emotions that didn't get resolved from before all come up all over again.
Yeah, you know? For sure. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I understand it. I appreciate you trusting me to process it with you. When it comes to our spouses and ourselves, we handle situations differently. There are certain things over the last almost 26 years I've been married to Juliet. We could both experience a situation, and she's like, it don't bother me one bit, and I'm over here in my feelings for like a long time, because maybe I had more relational equity, maybe I internalized it more personally, whatever the case, and vice versa. It's happened both ways, where it doesn't bother me at all, and my wife can't seem to get over it. That's the time to exercise a lot of patience. And it's the time to focus on being present. I am a big proponent of being present for your spouse, being present for your partner, being present for your loved one, and not assuming what they need. It's just always safer to ask. What do you need from me now? What do you need from me today? What do you need the most in this situation? Do you need me to just be present? Do you need me to contain you? Do you need some feedback? Do you need encouragement? Do you need therapy? Do you want to have a couple of sessions that's just focused on the pain of this situation? Like that's, Juliet says I'm the most counseled person she's ever met, because I've been in for 27 years, but I haven't been in therapy for 27 years dealing with sexual trauma. It started off with sexual trauma. I got into it for sexual trauma. I stayed in therapy for life. It's too much life that just pops up for me to just think that I could go spot check it with traumatic events. So whether I got to buy a house, it's good to just run it by my therapist to see what I'm feeling emotionally. But then when stuff like this pops up, at least I already have a relationship and relational equity with the same person that can go, well, based on your trauma and based on how you bought your last house and based on how you spend and based on how you feel, then we know how to deal with this aspect of your life as well. So the therapy might be the best and only good thing that came out of what these leaders said. But everything else is like, man, give it some time. And I understand she's valid in her feeling of like, what if we run into him again? But that anxiety is only there if she hasn't addressed internally what she's felt about the situation with them.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also I just gotta ask, man, like, you were saying that how do we address things differently and everything? I gotta ask for myself, like, is there something that I need to address as well? Like, is there something that because I feel like she's just like expressing this a whole lot more than I am.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I don't have those same feelings. Like we were around them. Like I feel like I was more around them than she was.
Yep.
And it's just like I'm ready to just get over this and just move past it. Like sometimes I'll be sitting down and I'll have some thoughts, or I'll just read the Bible and I'll see like a line where it's like, the other day I was reading Samuel and First Samuel's, and Samuel, it said that Samuel separated himself from Saul.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just reading that and that triggered me. And I was just like, dang, was that Samuel that just separated? And I was just like, I had to remind myself, was just like, nah, some of the stuff that they were doing was like, they weren't even really helping me out as much as I thought that they would have been.
Right.
Like they basically sat down with my wife and tried to get quote unquote get to know my wife while I was like away at a military duty. And it's just like, we've had over a year together and you didn't do this then.
Right.
Why is this happening now?
Right.
And then on top of that, it's like what do you call it? Like sitting down with my wife and just telling her that, that they want to have 50% of my business. And I'm just like, hold up, 50% is a lot. I'm giving you 10%, if anything.
Right.
And, that was just like, so all of those like unheard or unsaid conversations, all those things, it's like kind of still in me, but it's just like, I guess I'll toss it to the side.
Yep.
I'm like really wondering, like, how do I, is there something that's, I guess not wrong with me, but is there something that I should be looking at or addressing, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, bro, I'm so grateful you asked the question. Like, you have no idea. I'm like literally doing backflips in my head that you asked the question, because this hurt you as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it honestly did.
Yeah. And you bring up Samuel in relation to Saul. Samuel wept over Saul. He was brokenhearted. Now, I have a lot of friends in the military, and their company line is exactly what you just said. I have moved on. I'm chunking deuces. We are out. That is the standard line of a military man, of a military woman. Y'all have Y'all have to respond like that. But it's really good to slow down and feel. Like, don't be afraid to feel the hurt, the betrayal, the disappointment. Like, all of that's there for you. It might not be to the depth of where your wife is, but it hurt you too. And it takes nothing away from you to acknowledge that. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you a punk. It doesn't mean that they got to you or you let them get to you. It just means you opened up, you trusted, you were all in until it didn't serve them any longer, until things got complicated. And the way that they just easily kind of tossed you to the side and how indifferent and cold it was, they did it in an email and they gave you a month. Yeah, I feel some type of way about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been real crazy. It's been a real crazy past couple of months, honestly. Yeah. Like, the last time I heard anything from them was literally March 5th, and then like I said, 2 weeks later, by the grace of God, we found somewhere else.
Yeah.
It was honestly, that whole entire thing was just all God, all in it. Because like I heard a voice that says, check in this location. We live in Connecticut, so my wife was like, I heard the voice was just like, check in this part, like this location, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was like, oh, so I went on to like a website and found an apartment building literally that day. Went over there, checked it out, called them. They said that they were open. Went over there with my wife. We checked it out. We absolutely loved the place. Like, it was beautiful. Just we're like, all right, let's do it. We that happened on like a Thursday. Then on Sunday, because my wife, she has a friend that goes to a church in that area. So we found a church over there and went to that church, absolutely loved the church. Then that whole week I was hearing from God to like, go on a fast. Mm-hmm. So I went on a fast for like that whole entire week. And by the end of the week, we were like already signed the lease and, pretty much ready to move into the apartment. And it was like, I heard the voice of God was just like, you're going to get the apartment on Monday, but just wait until Friday to break the fast. And I was like, okay. And I kid you not, Monday came, we heard back from them. They were like, yeah, so we have all this stuff. We just want to make sure that you have, sign all this paperwork and everything. And we're like, okay, cool. Then it went into another place where it was just like, I had to go to a conference, and there was a lot of food at the conference in that week. So, me trying to keep up with the word and everything, I was just like trying to be faithful to God.
Yeah.
All I had was just like a cup of tea that whole entire time. And that was just like because the food was just like very tempting. And signed the papers and we were ready to move in and all of that. So, man, yeah, God has really just gotta give him all the glory for that.
For sure.
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you now. No, man, I'm grateful for the way that the Holy Spirit has led you. What I would say is, don't be afraid to connect with your wife and her pain by sharing and being vulnerable about yours as well. Like, I think it could go a long way if the next time you all talk about this, you could just say, hey, baby, this thing hurt me too. And I felt the disappointment. I felt the betrayal. I felt how dismissive they are. Whatever you need from me, I'm here for you.
So she knows that, because I've said honestly almost verbatim what she said.
Okay.
And so she knows that, you know, because like I listen to you a lot, you know, so she listens to you when I listen to you, but I listen to you a lot.
Got you.
And so I tried that. I've realized that myself open up a lot more emotionally towards her and everything. And, you know, so I said that to her when things was going on. And I just feel like I don't know what to say whenever she comes to me and she's just like, I feel scared about XYZ and everything, you know, like I just don't know what to say, because for me it's just like, yeah, I don't feel scared.
Right, for sure. For sure.
So yeah, I'm like,
well, I want you to when she makes that statement to you, Mario, I just want you to lean in with curiosity. If she says I feel scared, tell me more. Scared of what? Like help ask her the type of questions that keeps her talking, because she might talk herself into her own answer. She just needs you to hold the space with her to kind of help her get it out. Sometimes we got to hear it come out of our own mouth before we're like, you know what, that's ridiculous. What am I scared of? But that might be like an hour later.
nah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So keep the curiosity up, bro.
Thank you.
No, I love you, man. I'm so proud of you, man. I love the moves that you're making. I love your resolve. You're a good husband, Mario. You're a good husband. You're holding it down.
I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't even realize just how much I needed to actually hear that.
Yeah, bro.
My eyes just teared up real quick. You said that.
Nah, man. I'm serious. You're a good husband. You're a good husband. Keep up the good work, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta say, like, shout out to Hector, shout out to Derek, shout out to Huli and baby Karlovich. And shout out to your whole family, Tim. Like,
thank you, man.
Everybody. Appreciate y'all for everything that y'all done. And you know, like, it's crazy because you said 1996 at one point something happened to you in that year, and that's my birth year. So
that's awesome, bro. Yeah, that's the year I gave my life to Jesus. January 14th of 96.
Yo, literally like 9 months later, I was born. So.
I love it, bro. I love it. I love it, man. Well, man, thank you for calling in, and you and your wife have a great weekend, okay?
You too. Take
all right,
care.
man.
We love you.
Peace. Yo, I think that was the first official shout out for baby Karlovich.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Like by name.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There you go, little buddy.
Yeah. It's about baby Karlovich already getting shout outs on the show.
That's
Dude
hilarious.
gonna come out of the womb with a job. What's up, my guy?
What up, Uncle?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. I don't know me, but we spoke back on week 1 back
yes,
in
sir.
February.
I remember that face. I sure do remember that face.
So yeah, I went ahead and filed, and my soon-to-be ex-wife I'm pretty sure it's safe to say she's a narcissist, just gaslighting all the time. And since then, I found out that she is talking to other people, you know, receiving flowers just from my kids coming back and forth. We do week on, week off. And you know, it hurts. It's hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
We split up one time before, and it didn't affect me that much before. I was fine with everything being over with and whatnot. But this time, things are different. I'm having more of a difficult time with the separation. more of a difficult time where me knowing that she's talking to other people, just because I think I really wanted this, I really want this relationship to work, but I don't see it going that way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I speak to Johnny, so
Yes, sir.
he definitely guides me. I spoke to him last night. Um, by the way, you guys need to give that man a raise, but keep the prices the same because I would not be able to afford him. But
I love it.
but yeah, I mean, shout out to the bomb. You guys are doing great things. Love it. Recommend it to anybody and everybody. But yeah, I'm having a difficult time with that. And I find myself, my flesh just wants to go and be with somebody else and get over it that way because that's how it was the time before. And
Right.
that's how I think I kind of suppressed feelings and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And this time I know God is protecting me from just going and doing that because, I mean, it would, I don't know how to put it this, like, I'm not being like cocky or anything like that, but I would be able to be with somebody if I wanted to and I went looking
For sure.
and be out and about, but I haven't been doing that. So like I feel protected in a way,
Good.
and I know that that's not what he wants me to do. But just knowing the fact that she's with other people is kind of just tormenting me, and like that there's just thoughts that go through my head, and I didn't have this before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I say that she's a narcissist just because when I filed it for the divorce and she found out that it was coming, that she received the papers, she kind of like gaslit me. She's like, oh, like I got the papers, this, and that. I'm working on myself so we could be together, whoop-de-whoop. And so like my heart jumps at those opportunities. Even just getting good morning texts, I had to cut that off from her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just feel like a puppy like at her feet. And definitely don't want to do that. But at the same time, like she's speaking to somebody else, and so I don't understand why she still hasn't responded to it or why she didn't go ahead and file for the divorce herself. Um, I understand it's kind of like a security blanket type thing situation, but my question is, how do I set up the boundaries and kind of protect my heart from that and kind of not, because at the same time, I don't know if we're gonna get back together or not. But maybe that's just me being delusional, or I don't know if you see where I'm coming from.
I
Because
do.
at the
I
same,
do.
like I said, this is the mother of my children, and
For
ideally,
sure.
that's who I want to be with.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of issues to work through. I've invited her to counseling, therapy, and it's just a no from her, and
Mm-hmm.
just getting stonewalled. But at the same time, she communicates enough to just keep me there
Yep.
and like gaslight me. So like a perfect example is like this weekend it's not my week with the kids, it's hers. And she tried to tell me that she was gonna have training for some job thing all the way through Saturday. And I know that she wants me to get the kids for her to go out and do something, with who knows what. And at this point, it doesn't bother me that that's the case, but I just don't want to be lied to.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
like don't nobody train on a Saturday. Like, come on.
Right.
And so like, and she just shuts it down. She tried to send me like a screenshot with no dates on it. I called her out on it. Um, but yeah, like my question is, how do I protect myself while still being a good father and being present for my kids on my weeks, and just like how to also just keep my eyes like on the Lord and making sure that I'm able to suppress my flesh.
For sure. The first thing I want to tell you, bro, is I love you. That's number one.
Love you too, man.
Number two, I'm super proud of you. Here's the third thing. I need you to understand you are not delusional for still loving your wife, even while filing for divorce. You're not delusional. You love her. You're not. When you called the first week that we started this, when you calling back to give me an update, you haven't been vindictive. You're not bitter. You're not being petty. You're telling the truth about where she is, which is why you have had to make the painful decision to file for a divorce. But you're still hoping against hope, right? That God would do a miracle, knowing that God's not going to change her free will to make that miracle happen. She has a choice. I tell people all the time, if God will not force you to take his son, he is not going to force you to stay with no one.
Yeah.
So God's never going to tamper with anybody's free will for us to be happy. I wish he would. He's not going to do it. Not our spouse, not our children, not our boss, not the world. It's not going to happen. She has a choice, and she has to be submitted, and she has to do all the work. And it was just even sweet to hear you say, like, I still love her. I know we would have a ton of work to do, but this is the mother of my kids. I'd rather try to fix it with her than try to get back out here in these whack streets trying to find somebody else. And not that God couldn't do it, but it's whack out here. We know it's whack out here, right? So who wants to do that crap, right? So I just want you, before I say anything, I just want you to know you are not delusional for still hoping that a miracle can happen in your marriage.
Yeah, and that's something I shared with Johnny. I was like, man, I struggle going back and forth. Just like, I know he's the God of miracles. If like snap of his fingers and tomorrow, she
That's
could
right.
come back and be like, oh, whoop-de-whoop, let's do the work, this and that. And,
for sure.
And,
Yep.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about what happens if she doesn't, right? You want to be a good father to your kids. You want to be a great co-parent, and you don't want to rebound. You do not want to run out here and go get some woman because she got some man. We got to resist that urge. The urge is going to be there, and the opportunity is going to be there. And here's the image that was going through my mind while you were talking about that. I saw a car wreck. Okay, you're in a vehicle, she's in a vehicle, and this divorce has wrecked both of your cars, right? And the front end is crumpled. I mean, it's a head-on collision in both cars, right? One car goes to the body shop. The other car just puts a for sale sign sticker up and says, hey, I'm selling it as is. Well, one's value is going to be a lot higher than the other because one chose to do the work at the body shop and the other one was just like, whoever wants me now just has to take me wrecked. And you're choosing to go to the body shop because you want to be repaired. You want to be whole. You're going through the Bomb Counseling Center. You're already with one of our coaches. You're already doing the work. So when you do feel like it's time for you to come back out and you do want to date and you do want to be remarried, you're going to be healthy and whole. You're not going to be out here with the airbag still deployed, trying to tell somebody, hey, yo, hop in, let's go for a ride.
And I feel that now. Obviously, I feel like I would be an amazing husband. Nothing compared to what I was before. And I feel like I'm ready to, but obviously, the Lord and people's free will, that's not where it's at right now.
For sure.
And it just gets frustrating in that season of waiting and just not knowing.
Oh, absolutely. That's a valid thing, bro. Like there's no way around that. And one of the attributes of the Holy Spirit's fruit is patience. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a bomb scripture for right now. It's
Pulling out the book.
All right, so this is Hebrews. This is one of my favorites. This is Hebrews chapter 10. Yes, verse number 36. For you need perseverance so that after you have done the will of God, you may receive the promise. You need perseverance so that after you have done the will of God, you will receive the promise. So, bro, this season, all this right here, I just need you to persevere. Just persevere through it. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to be whack. You're going to want to be petty. You're going to want to be vindictive. Resist the urge to all that, bro. You got all the tools. The unfortunate thing about where your wife's mindset is right now is she's out here with no tools. And so there's no one calibrating her thinking. There's no one to tell her that's a dumb move, that's whack. You shouldn't even be doing that. She doesn't want to be accountable. She literally wants to do what she wants to do. And we know how that ends. It's painful to watch. But for you, you got too many tools to wild out. Like it's hard to like listen to Wide Open, listen to The Basement, go to Pillar Church, listen to Leaders Cut, talk to Johnny through the Bomb Counseling Center, and then act a fool. Like it's just that's too many damn hurdles, dog. Like if you go act a fool after all of that,
my whole life and my whole weeks, man. I go from the Leaders Cut to the live on Monday with Preston now to going to church on Sunday to listening to you guys every single morning, waiting for that Basement episode to drop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you have all the tools, and just know that it's worth it. That's the thing. It's like when you're in the middle of it, that's when the enemy tries to tempt you, right? Like it ain't worth it. You might as well just do what you want to do. She doing what she want to do. You tried to do the best you could. It still ain't going your way. Woe is me, blah, blah, blah. But bro, if you persevere, that's the word for you. If you persevere, what God has for you on the other side is like, it will give you amnesia to all the hurt and the pain that you've experienced right through here.
And I just been praying for a breakthrough. I know you can't answer this question of when, but man, I'm so scared of it being 40 years. Do you have anything to tell me?
Yeah, I do. I obviously I can't guarantee anything, right? And here's the best way I can answer it. It would be shocking for me to believe that you would submit to God through such a painful process and God make you wait 40 years for the blessing.
That's comforting.
I don't think he'll make you wait 5.
5 is scary.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't even think he'd make you wait 5 years for that. I don't think so.
Man. Thank you.
Yeah. So let that be your word, bro. Persevere. Persevere. I gotta just look it up for my own. Like I'm a definition freak. I just need the definition to everything.
Pull out the dictionary.
Yes, sir. All right. To persist in anything undertaken, maintain a purpose in spite of difficulty, obstacles, or discouragement, to continue steadfastly. Yes, sir.
Steadfast.
That's it. That's it. Be persistent in your pursuit of purity. Be persistent in your pursuit of peace. Be persistent in your pursuit of health.
So, one question. If there is breakthrough and she comes by God's grace, she comes around and wants to put in the work, is it wrong for me to be like, oh man, like we have so much work to do. Like, I don't even know if obviously I want this, but like when I start to think, like, I'm like, man, like we're going to start this work, but there's no guarantee that it's going to get finished or we're going to see like the end of that. Cause at any point, free will, she could switch up her mind and be like, no, I don't like this, and that. And it's just another go on the merry-go-round.
Absolutely. So here is the part that this where people's booty cheeks start clenching up, right? Hey, you have a choice. If you don't feel like you want to do that after everything you've experienced thus far, you don't have to. If it's not upfront, clear as day, this person is ready to commit to do all the work for us to have the best marriage that we can have. If that sign is not clear up front, you don't have to go through that again. You just don't have to do it. And
it wouldn't
go ahead.
It wouldn't be like dishonoring God because going through with the divorce or anything like that.
No, because again, people are telling you who they are, whether they use words or not.
Through their behavior.
Through their behavior. So she could come back with the verbals, right? Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'll do whatever I can. But then if she's still consistent with a pattern of behavior, I heard what you did, not what you said.
Yeah.
And I don't have to put myself through that merry-go-round again. That's too emotional. It's too painful. And I don't have to do it. You've abandoned these marriage vows. I'm making a different decision for my life. So you don't have to accept a wreck back. Like that, I know a lot of people that try to, I decided to stay with him, but he ain't changed.
Yeah.
He's still drinking himself to sleep and waking up swinging at you. Like, that's not a marriage. And you don't get a medal of honor in heaven for staying with the rebellious fool. So it's your choice.
I receive it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. I love you, man. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work.
I love you too. I'm definitely gonna see you in Tempe.
Oh, for sure. Come through. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Come through. It's gonna be a great night,
waiting
man.
for you to come back at Pillar, man. It's been a while. We need you guys preach a little bit. I know you're so busy, but
I know it, bro. The moment I have a break, I will be there.
I know a lot of people are waiting to catch you over there in a good way.
Yes, sir. I look forward to it. I really do.
All right, man.
Okay, I love you, man. Have a great week.
I love you too. Have a good weekend. Be safe.
Okay, man. Peace.
Shout out to everybody, Juli and everybody else. Derek, Hector, love you guys too.
Love you, bro.
My people, mi gente. Love you, bro.
Love you, man.
Peace. That's the homie, man. I love that dude right there. Like, that's
Oh yeah.
it's the kind of person that's the kind of disciple you want. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of person you want in your community. Like somebody real, authentic.
Yeah.
Somebody self-aware.
Yeah.
Like he ain't ever been on here talking about I'm perfect and I don't understand, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro accepts, he understands. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Tim, can I be your security guard when you go to Pillar?
You want to be my security
Yeah.
guard? Yes, of course.
They won't see me coming.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Of course you can. I feel safe with you, Juliana.
bad.
I know Juliana will.
Just give him the face.
Yeah, Juliana got a face. She'll murk.
Touch him. Like,
Hey, Perco.
or Yaga. What did you say?
Yaga. Yaga's my thing.
The Colombian Thunder. Yes, George.
Colombian Thunder is hilarious. Yo, is that George from Panama?
No, this is George from the United Kingdom.
Okay, got you. It's a different George. Estoy buscando Jorge de Panama.
Ah.
I don't know where he is though. Maybe I think I think I still have his number though. I will Figgy eat out. I will Figgy eat out.
George said, I could move to Panama if you'd like. That's hilarious.
Not him moving to be the one that I'm thinking of. If it would help,
funny.
if it would help you receive what I have to say more, I'll move to Panama from the UK.
That's hilarious.
That's crazy. Hey, we're done with calls.
Yes, sir.
It's 11:25. We're gonna wrap up at.
Want to squeeze in 3?
Yeah,
Oh my
let's
gosh.
squeeze in 3,000 calls. Back to back. And we'll just literally, hello, you're on the phone with, boom, hello, you're on the phone with, boom, hello, you're on the phone with. We don't even give him time to respond.
Oh, well. Like, you got your opportunity for like 1 second.
Oh, it's so funny, bro.
Tim, what are you doing this weekend?
What am I doing this
Yeah.
weekend? I'm taking my boys to see the Kendrick
That's
concert
right. That's
tomorrow.
this weekend.
Yep, it's tomorrow.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Vlog.
Vlog. No. It's so funny when I went to M's thing last night.
McQuenda's.
McQuenda.
So cute.
Yeah, when I went to M's thing last night, everybody was like, not everybody, but I was in the back in the little room that his family was in, and they were all like, bro, why? Like I think they were taken aback by how much of an introvert I am. Like they're like, did you just come by yourself? Like we had a parking space for you and everything. I was like, I just parked and walked up in here.
I love that.
And I wasn't supposed to come till like 8:30, and I came at 7:30 because I'm just a time freak, and I was just like, ain't nobody gonna be waiting on me. So M was like, what are you doing here already? And then we went in the back, and I was just like, I was like, I'm not really good in big crowds. Like I don't like them. I love the people. It's just like the environment is just like I'm just like better on one-on-one.
Same. I get it. Yep.
And you were in the cliff, right?
I was in the cliff.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? So I was driving through the hood, and I was like, yeah, I know these houses. Like these, I know this. Yeah, this the hood. I'm familiar here. I don't have to lock my doors. You know what I'm saying?
But you, at one point when you came to Dallas, you were living on the south side, no?
When I moved to Dallas, when I first got to Dallas, I lived in Oak Cliff. I lived off Keystone Rugged.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, right
Were
across.
you close?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right across from Keys Park. I could literally walk from my grand uncle's house to Keys Park.
And what year was that?
I moved here in '97.
In that time, because I don't know if my dad had lived in Oak Cliff at that point, but what was it like? It was all Mexican, or was it mixed?
No, it was black and Hispanic.
Black and Hispanic.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
for sure.
Yeah.
There was a few older white people that hadn't taken the white flight.
Yep.
They was like, we're too old. We're too old.
The white flight is crazy.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like when desegregation happened and African Americans started moving into, because we were making good money and we were starting to experience some middle class. The white people moved out of the neighborhood. When black people moved in, they moved out, and it was referred to as white flight.
Wow.
Yep. So they moved around and put some tollways in place, and was like,
Tollways, bro. Crazy.
Tollways keep certain people out.
It's like redlining that they did in Los Angeles.
That's exactly right.
Keeps people away from Frisco and Plano.
That's exactly right.
Like growing up, that's what I realized.
That's exactly right.
You question, do I need to go to Plano or Frisco today? Because it's going to cost about $6 to go.
Wow.
Yep. It's the truth.
Shout out colonization.
Yeah.
Shout out good husbands.
Shout out good husbands, man. I'm with it. Yeah, white flight refers to the large-scale migration of white families from urban centers to suburban areas, especially during and after the civil rights movement, 50s to the 1980s. In Dallas, this wasn't just a social trend, it was a reaction to integration, desegregation, and the growing black and Latino populations in the city.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's exactly
dude.
right. Okay, from the 50s to the 70s, desegregation begins. As Dallas began integrating schools and neighborhoods, many white families moved out of South and East Dallas, historically white areas. South Dallas was historically white. They relocated to North Dallas and later further north into suburbs like Plano, Richardson, Garland, and eventually Frisco, Allen, and McKinney. This was partially fueled by redlining, housing covenants, and later white flight, church planting. I did not know that. White flight church planting, where suburban churches popped up overnight as white congregants left the urban churches. Holy cow! Wow, I never thought about it in terms of church planting. The impact on schools and churches. Dallas ISD became predominantly black and Latino as white families shifted to wealthier suburban school districts. Churches in the city either closed or became majority minority, while white Large white-led mega churches sprang up in the suburbs. This caused a generational disconnect between urban and suburban Christians, especially when it came to race and justice. The economic divide cemented. Jobs, wealth, infrastructure, and opportunity followed the people with power. North, of course. Meanwhile, Southern Dallas, majority Black and Latino, experienced disinvestment, under-resourced schools, and limited upward mobility. Even today, I-30 is seen as an invisible racial economic line, with privilege largely stacked north of it.
Whoa.
Whoa, dude.
White flight, dude.
Hey, so let me tell you how real this is. I became the young adult pastor at Potter's House in 2006. I was there for 4 years, from 06 to 2010. I partnered with a young adult ministry. It was a movement called Right Now. And they hosted their conferences at Irving Bible Church, which is off 635 in MacArthur. Okay. We're in South Dallas off of Keast, right? 6777 West Keast Boulevard. That's the address for Potter's House in Dallas, Texas, right? So I think our young adult ministry might have been like 250 at the time. I registered the entire young adult group. 250 registration. I registered everybody.
Wow.
I promoted it for weeks. Less than 100. We canceled our service and we went up there. Less than 100 of my young adults showed up. I was livid.
Wow.
You want to know what the feedback was when we resume next week?
It's too far?
No, I'm not going over there.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not going to the white part of town. This is 07, 08. Who informed them? Their parents and their grandparents. So when you think redlining, even though the barrier has been physically removed, it hasn't been psychologically, mentally removed. If your grandmama said, don't go over there, and your mama said, don't go over there,
Yep.
guess where you ain't going? Over there. And then when they make it hard to go over there through toll systems, think about how you access Highland Park. It's right off the Dallas Tollway. They don't make it easy for you to just get over there.
It is its own town with its own police officers. It's crazy, dude.
Drive through Highland Park. Do 2 laps around Highland Park, lost, and see what happens. Your 3rd lap will be escorted by a police officer.
No cap.
That's zero cap. That's zero cap.
Sad.
That's zero cap.
You could blend in if you look like a landscaper, though.
With a truck?
I'm not lying.
Old Ford?
If you're brown with a big old neon orange
Yeah,
shirt,
we're
you're
accepted if we look like that. Yeah, that's crazy to me.
It's the only way to blend in.
Sad.
That's crazy
real
sauce.
though, dog.
And it's real.
And
Makes
it's
me
real.
want to punch air.
Makes you want to punch that air, huh?
Yeah.
Makes you want to throw hands at that air.
Shut out that air.
Shut out air punches.
Shout out Friday.
Look what you've done, Derek. Look at you being a trendsetter.
Punch that air, Hooli, punch that air. Punch that air, Hooli, punch that air.
That looks like Tybo.
Punch, baby
Billy Blanks.
Carlo.
Billy Blanks. Billy
She
Blanks.
switched the
Billy
dance.
Blanks.
Now
Billy.
punch
Billy.
that air, Hooli, punch that air. Bow.
Hoolie's coming out with her pregnancy fitness class.
I do love Zumba. Also, my punches aren't this soft.
Onomatopoeias everywhere.
Onomatopoeias. It's that Batman punch. Thwap. Pow. Sack. Kapow. What? Oh, little Richard. Little Richard was out there with little tone legs. 5, 6, 7, 80.
Yep.
Shout out members, man.
Shout out members. weak. I'm weak. I'm getting my breakfast together. I'm having some coconut Greek yogurt, grain-free granola. I'm gonna put some mangoes in it, some blueberries, 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds, some pumpkin seeds. I'm gonna eat that thing. Eat that thing. Raw vegan and eat that thing. I'm gonna eat that thing. Eat that thing. Cause I'm a raw vegan and I eat that thing. I'ma eat that thing. Cause I'm a raw vegan and I eat that thing. I'ma eat that thing. Cause I'm a raw vegan and I eat that thing. My poop don't stink. My poop don't stink.
I know. I was like, wait.
My poop don't stink. It's real yummy. That ad lib doesn't go there.
It went the previous 4 bars. It didn't add on that one. Sorry.
Yeah, when you put the right ad lib in the wrong space, what happens is it. Not him trying to end the
collars.
That triggered him. That triggered him.
Bro wanted to go back to the collars.
Bro said, let's go back to callers.
Hey, freestyle ad libs are pretty difficult up here, but hey, sometimes it happens.
Dude,
Sometimes it happens. My poop don't stink. It tastes yummy. Whoa, boy. Okay, we're gonna make a hard pivot. Pretty hard pivot.
Great week.
Pivot. Ross from Friends.
Pivot.
Oh.
What is that? That's from Ross?
From Friends.
Oh, okay.
Ross says it.
I didn't watch it.
Okay, yeah, you didn't miss out.
It's a white show.
You didn't miss out.
It's yeah. I watched Friends. I mean, not Friends. I watched Living Single. That was Friends for black people.
I watched George Lopez.
Of course you did.
Hey man, I love George. I watched all of those. Moesha, all of them.
Mo to
Girlfriends.
Well, we already had our discussion about Girlfriends.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Couldn't watch it.
Yep.
Had a crush.
Yep. Self-awareness.
Attraction's a hell of a drug.
Shout out Thundercats.
Hell of a Chitara. Black Cat.
Thunder.
Thundercats. Oh! Chitara.
Sister. I love sister.
Woo! Sister.
Right? And I was a twin.
It
so
was okay.
Really?
It's okay. To each their own.
Yeah. It was okay.
I liked it.
4 out of 5.
That's so Raven.
Yes. That's so
Martin.
Raven. Yeah, all of them.
I had already aged out.
Yeah, it's okay.
You didn't like Martin?
I didn't like who?
You didn't like Martin?
Martin? Oh, I did watch Martin. I thought you said Raven. I thought
That's
somebody
So
said
Raven.
yeah, that's so Raven.
yeah.
I was
But that was
aged out.
Disney Channel. Yeah, that was like the millennial thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raven Simone has literally been on television since she was a baby.
Yeah.
A baby.
That's crazy.
Her whole life. We watched her grow up literally.
Yeah, the Huxtables.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
She's now married to a white woman and podcasting.
Yes.
Raven Simone is?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Confirmed.
Yep.
She wanted a snow bunny.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what? Family Matters was a good one too.
Urkel.
I love Urkel. He's so funny.
Urkel. They squeezed all the juice out of that character.
Poor guy.
They really did.
He's a poor guy.
Poor guy.
Saved by the Bell or not?
Save the Bell. Yes, I watched
I watched Saved by the Bell.
Full House. Oh,
Whoa.
what is happening today?
Yeah.
Derek is having a
Derek's
seizure.
like, I'm trying to get back to these calls.
Derek said, I need to be
He's like, I
seen,
need to
heard,
take care of
known."
my community.
He's like, I just want calls. I don't care what y'all are into. I don't care what
There's
y'all like
5
right
minutes
now.
left. We have another call.
Yeah, exactly.
Art 19 coming back.
Art 19.
He said he can't wait 5 years. So he's calling back pissed.
Derek's guiding them in the chat. You can only ask about lunch orders.
Yeah.
Like he's telling them, you can't talk about trauma, only lunch orders. Hey Tim, hey, whatever you want to talk about. What are you having for lunch today? Oh God, that's all we're doing. Is that my girl?
It's your
No,
son.
it's just
Oh, it's my
Noah. Oh, My Wife and Kids was good too.
My Wife and Kids was
Yeah,
good.
it was good.
I liked it. Tisha Campbell has also been in the public eye for a long time.
I remember her in House Party.
Shout out to Evan Campbell.
I remember her in a show called Rags to Riches.
I don't think I watched
Yeah, it didn't span long, but I think her and Tashina Arnold was in it. My brother used to always there was a I think there was an R&B artist named Tracy Spencer.
Yeah.
Remember Tracy
yeah,
Spencer?
She she had a song called Kiss. Let me see.
I can't remember what her song was, but like if I thought a girl was cute,
Tender Kisses. is the song that.
Okay, Tracy Spencer. Yeah. So when she came out, is that her now?
No, or maybe it is, or no? I don't think so.
Great skin.
Let's take this down here. Boom.
I think that was her.
It might have been her IG.
Pull up her IG.
Let's see. Tracy
Go back up.
There it is. Miss Tracy Official.
Yeah, that's her.
She looks great.
Dang, yeah, she's beautiful.
Blessed. Great skin.
Yeah, it was her.
Come
So
on, girl.
yeah. So when I was young, I had a crush on her, right? Like, I mean, I'm a teenager, and I think she was a teenager too. Can you pull up how old she is? So anyway, if there was any girl that I thought was cute, Miles would be like, "I'm gonna hook you up with her." I'm like, "Nigga, how you gonna meet her?" Like, she's 48, absolutely, yeah. And so he would be like, "Hey, dog, I'm gonna hook you up with her." I'm like, "How?" Don't worry about it. Like, I'm gonna get her number for you, nigga. Like, you ain't even gotta worry about it. It was so funny. I miss that boy. I miss him. Gone too soon. Really gone too soon. That dude is gone too soon. Gone too soon. He is gone too soon. Really gone too soon. What's up, my guy?
Jarrell.
Good Times. Anytime you need a payment. Good Times was a great show.
I don't think I watched that one.
No, that's before your time.
I was an egg and sperm.
When were you born?
95.
Oh God, that's way before your time.
Said, oh,
oh my Lord. Oh Lord Jesus. That's way before your time, baby. You got to sound like an old grandpa. Baby, that's way before your time. You don't know nothing about that girl. You don't know nothing about that girl right there, girl. It's been a great week. How about that? It's been a great week. I really enjoyed it. Good Times ran from 74 to 79. It's a great show.
5 years?
Yeah, it was a great show. It's a great show. J.J. Evans was everybody's daddy.
It was really good.
It was a great show. Oh my god.
Did you ever watch MTV Cribs or Pimp My Ride? I just recently found out like 2 years ago that was all fake.
Pimp My Ride?
Yeah, it was fake.
Shout out Exhibit.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you make a show? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and a lot of those cars would break down.
A lot
of those cars like within a week. You know what I mean? Like, we got you a secret compartment where you can put your 7-Up in your Mountain Dew, and it didn't work.
Yep.
It's like terrible. Like some cars overheated, some cars like had electrical malfunctions.
Because it wasn't meant for that, right? Oh.
Love. Oh, love. Love. They're in love. Oh, love. Freaky. Get it on. They're married.
Coming up next.
Hector.
They can do anything legally.
They can do anything.
Legally, they can do anything. Whoa.
Yeah, it's time to leave. I'm ready to go.
Clock out.
That kiss was good. Okay. Spend Lunch with Jew is coming up at the top of the hour. I would like to thank all of y'all for being nice to each other all week, and for loving Jesus and getting over your trauma.
Amen.
I would also like to thank you for, I don't know, all kind of stuff. Whatever. Hi, handsome boy. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. You doing all right? Yeah. All right. Listo.
Para Cristo.
My fine wife is gonna do a show at 12 noon, and y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna eat some food. Y'all gonna eat some food. Y'all gonna eat some food. Whatever she cook, but I don't eat no stuff to cook. I'm Timothy Charles Ross. That's Derek Santiago. That's Hector Alejandro Guerrero, and that is Juliana Padilla, Karlovich, and baby Karlovich.